Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday. And guess what it is? It's transfer deadline day, and we're all looking forward to the last 3 hours. What's going to go on in the transfer market? We've already seen some deals going through, and as usual, I'm joined by my two co-hosts from the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Hot Fuzz and Anthony. And as you can see, Fuzzy's doing his usual, just being a chocolate milkshake, and Anthony's got his my age meme, and we can see what he's going to be like in a couple of years' time. How are we, gents?
Not too bad, team. You fucking what, Sam?
Yeah, Fuzzy's just having his suit measured up at the moment, and he'll join us shortly. So looking forward to that anyway. Got a couple of people who's already made some comments. Evening, Matt. Yeah, who'd have thunk it? Arsenal signed Marino, and a few days later, he's ruled out for a few weeks with a possible fractured shoulder. What a right luck for him.
Yeah, absolute rubbish. This couldn't have been planned at a better time, to be honest with you, Tim. And for this to happen, I mean, this is a poor window today. Well, it's not just today; it's actually the whole window. If I got to rate my transfer window out of 10, I'd give it a 4. I can't give it any more than a 4, maybe a 3. Actually, I'll give 3. I'll give 3.
Wow. Yeah, it's not good, is it at all? Really? I mean, and it was a clash with Gabriel, and apparently he fell on him, etc.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so thanks for that.
Evening, usual, Matt. That's a shame. It is indeed, and that. And Fuzzy, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Yes, we are ready. We have got the documents. Some of the 180 pages of Arsenal's transfer documents to ensure the fulfillment of phase 5 of this endless, ongoing, infinite phase project. Trust the process, guys. We got the wrong Neto. It turns out, like how WWE hired the wrong one-legged wrestler to fight Brock Lesnar, we signed the wrong Neto. We should have got the guy whose first name was Pedro. Instead, we got Norberto. The sooner we can scrub that one under the rug, then the better. Top Goodness are not happy. Top Goodness are not happy.
No, not at all.
But yeah, aside from that,
because there's not much coming out of the Arsenal, you know.
Not at the moment, no. I mean,
no, he's not. I mean, obviously, I'm not showing my cat-like face because obviously I'm eating my tea. I'm having a late tea. The only thing that's coming out the Arsenal will be a load of wind after I've ate my lasagna. But apart from that,
well, you know, we've joked about it, but it just flashed up on the screen there, and that you know, apparently Arsenal are looking to sign. Ah, dear, Raheem Sterling.
For him. I don't know why we want him. It's just going to be a pathetic sign-in with the pathetic last few hours that we've got of this window.
I can understand it. I mean, if you look at it, it's a loan move they're looking to do as well, Arsenal. So obviously, you know, trying to cheap it out again, not going to pay the full wage for him, letting the club do it for you. But in certain respects, it's the experience, and no doubt it's the cover, isn't it, for Saka? Really, that's what you desperately need, and not bad one.
Well, he's normally Sterling was normally left. He was normally out left for Man City, wasn't he? And and a little bit obviously for Chelsea, and then obviously they signed Cole Palmer, which obviously, well, demoted him to the bench, really, didn't it? Sterling. Yeah. So, in all fairness, you know, I mean, first I can get he wants to move. He wants to get away for Chelsea, first team football. He has got a bit of how can I say, a bit of with this player comes a certain attitude. So, do you know what I mean? So is that there's that as well. But yeah, maybe we can rotate him or play him out on the left, and and put Martinelli out on the right. We're most probably jumbling something up. We don't know what's leaks on in the head of Mikel Arteta, but I mean, I don't know.
Now, it's good to see some people in the chat. Obviously, saying Matt Harrison, he said, hi guys, just tuning in before their show at 9 p.m. Got to love a transfer deadline day. You have indeed, Matt. And is there much going on with your club? That should be very interesting to see. And I see there, yeah,
goalkeeper as well, by the way, with Neto, because
yes,
he's already played in Carabao Cup, so
great
can't really be that sort of rotationary backup goalkeeper until sort of maybe December time when the FA Cup kicks off, unless Arsenal play him in Champions League. But I don't know if it all goes Pete Tong in the group stage. You want to keep fielding your strongest squad to ensure that you finish as high as possible in the new league table format.
Imagine that. Matt saying, yeah, we've been linked with Reece Nelson again today. Not sure if that's a good thing. Yeah, they're saying there's a couple of clubs that's apparently linked with him. One of us has got to be West Ham, obviously, but yeah. Evening, Carl Rossi. How you doing, mate? It's good to see you in here. We put the dead in deadline day. Wow, and
yes, we did. Well, big up, Paul.
Yeah, he said that. Good evening, Michael. Good to see you. Chalobah to Palace. Yeah, evening, guys. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's another one we was linked to, but Palace is linked with him now, and it looks like it's going through.
Good
evening, my team. And guessing all in the chat. They're saying like each other. As the late David Gold used to say, don't go to bed. This is true. Unfortunately, none of us own a helicopter. We can't have it on the grass field outside like David used to have. Always loved that when it happens. Evening, Luke. Sterling on loan to Arsenal. What do you think? Well, we'll ask our esteemed friend underneath here. What do you think about Sterling coming to Arsenal there, Anthony?
Oh, I can't be any more. I'm absolutely thrilled. I'm happy. I'm sat down here watching it now on Sky Sports News with the volume down. And I thought, well, if we get Sterling, sod it. Let's crack open a fucking glass of wine. In my Peaky Blinders mug. Glass, sorry. You know what I mean?
Just traded drinks. I usually drink something that looks about this. Well, you usually drink something that looks this sort of colour, don't you?
I've gone for this colour, yeah. I need to hydrate, obviously, because, exactly. I need to hydrate. It's not clear enough. So what to say.
No.
Even saying, I don't want any more Chelsea rejects at my club. Yeah, it looks like it's going that way.
It is going that way.
Fuzzy, you must be happy then, because it's just obviously confirmed now. Your star boy McTominay, after 22 years, has now got to Napoli.
Oh yeah. Thank goodness for that. At long last, he's finally off the books, and it's a statement that there's one less player at this club that fans are sentimental about, that fans fancy, that fans feel an emotional connection to, that they go to bed every night with a McTominay narrated story. Those those books, books that get read out to you, right, on these apps.
Yes.
And some of these people will go to bed with McTominay's voice over these stories about Manchester United's club history, and they will reminisce the times when we used to lift trophies, Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, and I think it's sort of a realization that it's a move that perhaps steps in the right direction for the club, that we're going in a direction where McTominay, the sort of players that McTominay represented, are beginning to be a thing of the past, and actually replacing that genre of player and bringing in players that want all the gold, that want it all, that want to be the best, that will be the best. And it's just a little taster comparatively to the wider picture. Picture. So
should be interesting. Michael saying, I see sourness mouthing off again, declined, not worth 100 million. Yeah, I think he just does it for attention there, Michael. I mean, the bloke's if he can't get no screen time, he's got to come up with something. Whatever, man. Luke, Eder has left it too late to sign a winger, but we could do a lot worse than Sterling. No, he's worth more, Michael. Sorry, he's right. That's true, Matt. Evening, Hanno. Hope you're keeping well. Football Coach's Corner. Good to see him. Hope everything's all good. And he's actually saying here, Sterling agrees personal terms with Arsenal at Fabrizio Romano. Watch playback. Oh, dearie me. And Cole saying, oh, for fuck's sake. Evening, Immortal Technique. Hope you're going well. Good to see you in here as well. Evening, peeps. And oi, happy Emirat. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you in here as well. And I don't care what Rob says, happy in that. You know, take a blind bit of notice what that man says. But I hope you're keeping good. It's good to see you in here. Michael, Arsenal can afford Sterling's £350,000 a week wage, or do Chelsea pay some? It wouldn't surprise me that Chelsea would pay something towards it. I can't see. I mean, Anthony, do you think Arsenal will pay the full 350?
Why not? I think they will. No, seriously, I think they will. I think they will. So it makes you think, if they can actually pay and afford his wages at 350k a week, why can't they have just gone out and got their own player?
You know, Fuzzy's just
you know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. It don't make sense to me. I think this is baffled me this last day of the transfer window. It really has. I don't know. I said before, well, the other day it was after our show, wasn't it, last night? So I said that it's going to be a pathetic window. At the minute, it is a pathetic window. The only one that I get with today, I get because of Ramsdale going. Obviously, he's like Fuzzy touched on it with Neto, the goalkeeper from Bournemouth. 35 years of age, is a loan. He knew he's going to be number 2. So, do you know what I mean? I get that.
Yeah.
I do. But this Sterling, I mean, it ain't really exactly the greatest backup from Saka, is it? Let's be honest. Now, if you were talking Sterling, going back to when he first signed for Man City, I would have all been for it. Honest to God, I would have been. I would have been all over it like a rash. But no, not now. Not now, honestly.
As Exponential Angus says, don't go to bed. Exactly. You're still looking for some forward. I mean, we're quite disappointed, Anthony. You know, we ain't signed 10 players yet. As much as you're saying, you know. But
what's going on?
We're, you know, Sola.
Signing that 10th player because someone's finished.
We may see it. Sola's obviously flew out. He's come over to here. He's having his medical. So hopefully we might see something that's going to go from there. Just seeing obviously Amanda Brozier on loan to Chelsea from Ipswich. From Ipswich from Chelsea. So that looks like that's going to go through.
Yeah.
We've been doing some movements. Obviously, Zuma. It looks like he's joining Al Aruba or Kebab, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be paying some of the wages towards that player. So it looks like that's the one and done with. James Ward-Prowse, the Forest.
I tell you what, that is good. I really like that. James Ward-Prowse. That is brilliant for Forest. Honestly, I think that's a good bit of good signing.
No, it's true. As Exponential Angus says, another disappointing window, right? It's shocking, absolutely shocking. Exponential. You know, how we can't get 10 over the line, I don't know. But yeah, it's good. I mean, mixed kind of reservations on James Ward-Prowse going. I mean, I get it. If he's not going to get game time under Lopetegui, it's probably going to be a good move for him in that. But at the same point, we're going to miss those. We're going to miss those free kicks and corners, like basically.
Yeah, I mean, he is a good set piece, like, you know, obviously for free kicks and that. I mean, it's Southampton, you know, he was a set piece specialist, like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And also coming from there to West Ham as well. But I mean, I feel that, you know, I think you've got enough players now, Tim. You know, you've got them over the line. I think it'd be great. I honestly, I do. I think you'd be all right. You know, I predict you to get 7th, and I think that's where you finish.
No, cheers, mate. I mean, like I said, we still need to kind of cover some others. I mean, like again, it looks like he's going to Real Sociedad. I mean, as an Exponential says, will he go? Considering the fella's turn has said he wants, you know, Champions League football, and it's like, you know, why suddenly get big in your boots? be happy that the club's coming in for you at the end of the day. I mean, obviously, Cornet, it looks like he's going Southampton as well, so that's another one there. But as Epic Hashtime says here, and that, good evening to yourself, good to see you in here. We are fucked if something happens to Emerson, because this is the problem at the moment. Cresswell is injured, so you never know. We might see a surprise from West Ham going in for a left back. I mean, obviously, dare I say the name Chilwell? That could be a possibility. Who knows?
I mean, is that a bad signing for you?
Well,
if you got Chilwell,
I think if you look at it, I don't think it's going to be a bad signing. I mean, the problem is he's injured more than he's playing at the moment. So that's probably the downside you could say to it. But at the same point, it's good cover. You know, Cresswell's getting on. You know, Chilwell's still at an age where we know we can get something out of him if we do the deal. Put it this way. What time does it finally close, Lee? Yeah, it's 11 p.m. is when the actual shuts, but there'll still be the kind of paperwork side of things that goes on for another hour. So I do believe. Yeah, I heard this as well, Michael. Yeah, Solo is good at free kicks, so hopefully he'd be good at that. And Matt's also saying, why did we sign Jamal Prowse on such a long deal? We should have done a season-long loan deal with an option to buy. But then again, when we signed him, we didn't know Moyes was going to leave at the end of the season. Yeah, that's probably true. I think it was one of those. It was probably the best option to do at the time. Sign the player, and it was a good deal. So I can understand why we did that. Yeah, same as Will. Happy. I'm hoping he's going to come in as well. I mean, Happy was in another chat when I was there as well, and she's basically saying that all she could see is Bruce Forsyth in Solo. You see the picture of him. Good game. For all our players out are loans, though, so it could be in the same boat next season. Hopefully not, Mike. I mean, we're hoping that they're with some of these. I know there's not much option to buy, but if the player does well for them, normally you find the club will go for that player afterwards. So fingers crossed. That's the route it'll take. Exponential saying, I think letting the Gerd go is a mistake. We finally have a solid looking defence, but an injury or two and we're right back in the same problem. It's a great statement, but the problem we've got though is the Gerd himself. I don't know. Is it true he's got this attitude? Is it true he wants to move on? I think if you look at it, if there's a kind of indifference between the management and the player, then normally it doesn't work out well, does it? So possibly him moving on might be good for him. You never know; he might change his attitude. Big up, Ravi.
It might do.
You might, yeah. I mean, it's you've seen it before. Both of you with players. Sometimes a move to another club is just kind of gives them a little bit of breath, fresh air, basically.
Yeah.
The only exception being obviously is Calvin Phillips, but that's we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one alone.
I mean, it's each their own tone, isn't it? I mean, sometimes people get on with people, some people don't. Depending. I mean, everybody's different. So and obviously, it comes with young players. I do admit, I do feel like these young ones of the world today, they have got a certain attitude. I'm not going to lie, and they have. They think they know. I think they know it all. Yeah. No. Seriously, that's what it's like for us. That's what they do. That's what they say.
Yeah,
but they haven't got a clue themselves. They haven't got a clue themselves. So and I tell them, I even tell my boy that you're not a man of the world yet. You think you are, but you're not. You're thick as shit. And
it's true. Yeah.
I'll come out and say it. Me too.
Yeah, I know.
But, I must be an exception to the rules then, because I'm not feeling my thumbnails with. I'm out on my thumbnails all the time. So
I mean, that's what happens. But I do feel like with these young players today, they come on with with an attitude. They're paid far too much money regarding the wages. I mean, I'll remember. You might remember this, Fuzzy, but when you were a young player in reserves, you were coming through into the first team ranks. You had to do chores. You had to clean the players' boots, and and stuff like this and that. And you started off on a low wage, and if you want to be on a high wage, you had to work. You had to work your ass off to get into that first team and be the best. But It's not like that anymore now. The game has changed, the world has changed, and that's it, unfortunately.
Of course. Evening, Ravi. How are we doing, mate? Big up, lads. Sterling to Arsenal. What qualities or value does that offer Arsenal?
Well, it depends what he's got in his locker, basically. I mean, can he play Champions League football? I mean, he hasn't played Champions League football within a while now, has he? So, but I mean, if it's a loan, I didn't really want him. It's obviously it's for loan. Listen, I don't think Arsenal's got money, or if they are, they're being really tight bastards with it, and then so they actually, come 11 o'clock, it might. Sorry, not 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it might turn around and say, "Oh, Arsenal's interested in this player, such and such and such." And you feel like, well, why's that come now? Why couldn't we have gone for this player beforehand? Even now when we started this show at 8 o'clock, why couldn't they have gone in for another player then?
Yeah.
But it's so much. It's topsy turvy, this transfer window. And anything can happen. And do they do that now? If it finished at 11 o'clock, if you go in for a player just before 11, I think they extend it for a few hours after, don't they?
Yeah, to get the paperwork over, and I think all that stuff and whatnot. Fire up the old fax machine so for the paperwork to go through. I think it's like that.
Yeah. I hear power fax machine shoots the fucking paper up, to be honest with you.
Happy Emirates saying, I'm pleased JWP has gone for his benefit anyway. I agree with that. He wasn't going to get much game time at all for us. Corner even more so. And how the fuck did Zuma pass a medical? All I'm sniffing is brown envelopes for some reason. And we, again, are paying something towards his wages. I think that's that was probably the other bargaining chip. And I think someone said in another show that probably paid him off by like 2 million for him to go as well. So, cut your losses and run. The only one we're still hearing nothing about at the moment is Danny Ings, if he's going to disappear.
Danny Ings, Jesus.
I wonder, the thing that piques my curiosity, and so talking about paying off players, is what happens if Sterling and Chilwell and Chalobah don't actually get their moves done before transfer deadline? What does Chelsea do with 3 players on significant wages that absolutely under no circumstance will they play? Will they pay them off? Will they pay off the contracts and turn them into free agents rather than keep them around, delaying the inevitable? Or do you reckon they'll just see it through until January before trying to sell them again then?
Wow, that's a good shout, because if you look at something like that, surely when you think he's on $350 a week, apparently Chilwell, he can't be nowhere near that figure. And as for Chalobah, he's got to be in the same kind of region, I'd say, as possibly Chilwell. So when you think about it, then you're probably looking maybe £500,000-600,000 a week that they're going to save if they did offload him. But it's the payoff, because I think Sterling got another couple of years on his contract?
I think
so. Yeah.
So when you look at that, he's not going to go without kicking and screaming, is he? He's going to want to have a payoff. No way, looking at that. Big up Eros, Anthony, Arsenal are back in disgrace.
Same people.
Big up, by the
way.
Matt, I just don't trust him not to make an error leading to a goal at Exponential. That's true. JWP is not a bad player, just too sideways, backwards passing. Is he moist? Is he been moist? That's the problem. We need to get the
moist.
Can't believe he never scored that one free kick needed. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would have just kick-started off for him. Just know we'll get that instantly now. Yeah.
Biggest fuel in Manchester. Biggest fuel in northwest London.
Henry.
Yeah. Evening, Henry. How are you doing? Well?
Yes, Henry.
Henry's saying hi to the chat as well. Exponential on the ground. He's a good defender. It's in the air, I agree. He's a liability. Just wish we had a little more depth to count on in the middle defence is all. Yeah, it's a good shout, because we've actually bought players where we've got cover for a change, and that's the great shout what you said. If we get a couple of players injured, then who we've got really to cover. Matt saying maybe he's been told to play that way in Lopez possession-based style, possibly. Fuzz, Sancho to Chelsea. Talk to us. Tell us your feelings. Sancho, yes.
the sort of transfer move that I think ticks a lot of like most parties' boxes. I think the player manager relations I still don't really think are overly resolved, because the manager, we keep seeing gaps in what the manager says about Sancho, and then Sancho actually featuring and all. For a player that he rates, apparently he rates him nowhere near featuring for the squads at all. So I personally think that he's still very much wanting Sancho's removal from the club, and I think Sancho, I think he's not going to be fully invested in the Man United project, not with Ten Hag still here.
Yeah.
So I think it favours most parties if we all just go separate ways. Mutual agreements. Yeah, we'll let you go. I think it's a bit of a bummer that you're improving a direct rival. It'd be a bit difficult from a playing standpoint, but you're guaranteed any minutes over there because you've got quite a lot of wingers over there at the moment, and a lot of players that have got a very good case for starting for Chelsea at the moment. But yeah, it'll be a shame if he goes specifically to Chelsea. But I think in terms of what has to happen with this club and how the mood around the squad, dressing room, how that is, I think to really sort of keep it from getting or spilling into toxicity zones again, then I think it makes more sense to letting Sancho go than to keeping him around. Unless, Sancho ends up staying and then the results don't go the way of the manager and he ends up getting the sack. Rude comes in and Rude steps up to the plate and he gets a bit more of a tune out of him and he starts to enjoy football a little bit more, because I can definitely tell Sancho is not enjoying things as they are at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the cards that he's been played with, the whole manager relations, even though I think he could have helped the situation by being a little bit more professional back last season. So he hasn't really helped his case, but overall, as far as a resolve goes, better just to part ways, I think, with how things are currently set up.
Yeah, cut your losses and run. I think if you look at it, probably wouldn't be a bad deal for the club and for the player, because otherwise, as you said, you're just going to, where you're trying to rebuild things, you don't need players like that around, because all it does, as you said, the toxicity just grows and grows, and before you know it, you're back to square one again, and you don't really want that.
Now, I would have took him at Arsenal. I would have took Sancho at Arsenal and backup player or rotating with Sancho. I know he's got like a bit of a stinking attitude, but listen, if that attitude actually changed the mind of a Mikel Arteta up here, I'll be all for that. Let him tell Mikel Arteta at the way how it is instead of the other way around, because he hasn't got a clue, our managers, and it proves it in this transfer window. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Look, Happy Emirates saying Chiesa for 10 million. What the fuck? That's
exactly 12 million for is that the one that's gone to Liverpool?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Liverpool? I think it's Liverpool, isn't it? But 10 million. I mean, wow. Jesus. What a bargain that is. Good evening to Manchester is Red Forever. Welcome to Fuzzy's channel. You're West Ham fans? No, we've got West Ham. We've got a mixture in here. But as Fuzzy's already said, I'm a West Ham. Anthony below is Arsenal. And Fuzzy's Man U. And you can always catch us on a Wednesdays for the good, the bad, and the ugly as well, when you get the chance to come and see us. Evening, Nick. Good to see you, Annie, mate. And good to you. You're starting to feel better as well, mate. I'm really glad to hear that as well. Ivan Tony, yes. So it's all looks like it's a done deal. Past medical, and he's off. So you missed out on that one. Yeah, that's another one you missed out on, Anthony. Tony.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I thought it was a bit stupid. I mean, a team over Saudi Arabia, and he's doing his medical in central London. How do you work that out? Seriously, it's like me living in Bristol. I'm going to go out and play for a team in Saudi Arabia, but I'm having my medical at Fuzzy's house. You
got to remember, mate. A lot of the Saudis own quite a lot of property in London, so it makes common sense to keep him local
It's like 60%. 60% of London is owned by Middle Eastern entities.
Yes. So when you look at
60%
like
of
that,
London isn't even
keep
English.
the cost down, and then we can pay his wages when he gets over there. Basically, it's one of those.
It's a step down team. It's a step down.
Yeah.
I mean, from Premier League to Saudi League, not being funny, it's a step down.
Well, I suppose you've got to look at it like
football.
this, mate. Since he came back from his scandal and that, he's not been the same player, and you've even said this as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for him,
I have.
this is probably the best thing for him. Basically, I was in another chat and someone said that you think Zuma's got to join the Saudi League, and now Tony's got in there. Zuma thought he was going to rest his knees. Now he's got no chance with Tony being there, basically.
Well, I've seen this thing about Oshma. I've been reading it about Oshma.
He could be going there as well. Yeah, Osherman. Yeah, but there's a bit of a kind of confusion on that because it's someone saying it's fell through a little bit, but I don't know if that's true or not. We'll wait and see. Yeah. Evening, Mama. Hope you're well. Good to see you in here as well. And now even to the chat, so they're all saying hello to each other. Happy saying I'd like to have signed Keller. Saw today Forest were trying to get him, but he declined. Yeah. Well, if we it'd be good to have another backup in that, but Chelsea and Arsenal must feel like they're missing out on a goalkeeper, so one of you two must be going for him, Anthony.
Yeah. I don't know. He's just. I mean, it's not really. With this Ivan Tony, is it done? Because it is saying that he's at the medical, he's passed the medical, but it's not a done deal. It's not hasn't got anything over the line. And I got Sky Sports News on here, and this is what I'm saying. Anything can happen. I mean, that deal could break down, and he could turn around and say, right, well, in that case, sod it. I'll go to either Chelsea or maybe Arsenal. I got a funny feeling this might happen. I can't see Ivan Tony playing over in Saudi. I just can't.
Well, he's still holding on to the Tottenham links, I swear.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, just seen that your agreed a deal in principle for Neto from Bournemouth.
Well, yeah, but
another goalkeeper.
Another goalkeeper. I mean, we're getting like Chelsea, aren't we? Is it 9 goalkeepers they got?
Yeah.
But in all fairness, I mean, I get this one.
He's in.
Yeah, I get it because I mean, we got rid of Ramsdale. He can't find a replacement, a number 2 not yet. So you are going to bring another goalkeeper on ring. He's most probably on cheaper wages than what Ramsdale was on at Arsenal anyway. So I get that, but it's just this Sterling one. I mean, I could be wrong. And Sterling can play. He can actually play brilliantly and score a few goals for us. I don't know, but it just makes you think like, oh, why are we going for Sterling for a loan? It didn't seem right. Honestly, it didn't.
Manchester City is asking what's going on at West Ham. Well, we've got a few outgoings, which is good to see, but we also slowed down a little bit on the transfers. We've got another one hopefully coming through in Sola. We might see a mystery signing coming on. We don't know. That's another possibility.
It's a mystery German.
It could be that we're just slowing ourselves down to let the other teams catch up on what we've done so far. Pepsi's saying that speech from the last game of season means nothing. Right name from Arteta.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. That was going to be my next thing. I was going to come up and say that speech after last season. Oh, we got to try harder in the track. And I'm not being funny. Did we or did we not hear both Edu and Arteta say, give this window a chance? Fans, you're going to be excited. Was not their words? Yeah. It was. And I tell you what, absolute bullshit. If they can bullshit this to their fans, yeah. If they can bullshit to one another, the owners, I just don't. I feel with these two, get them out of the club. Wow. Get them out. We don't, I don't want them. I seriously don't want them. Oh, and by the way, join next Wednesday on the Good, the Bad, the Ugly show. We're going to do predictions. Yeah, and mine is my prediction for every week for Arsenal: 0-0. 0-0. Yeah, honestly, it's going to be 0-0.
Fuck ruck time tomorrow, as Nick's saying there. Wow.
Fuck ruck.
Happy Emirate. Ings wants to fight for his place again. 3 starts last season. What more do we need to do to show him he isn't what we want?
So we got the same problem with Harry Maguire.
he's had chances at saying that I can say about. I'm not even a West Ham fan. As Danny Ings had chance after chance after chance after chance to improve himself, and he hasn't.
Nah, this is the thing, and
There you go.
it's on silly money as well. It's over 100, I think it's 115 a week he's getting.
Yeah.
That shocked me when I saw that way. That Jesus Christ! I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that was on the takeaway, wasn't it? He's
I think we something like that, yeah. But really, I think what we need to do more than Kelso, because there was a rumor of doing it, was rip up his contract, pay him off, and ta-da.
That's the way. The wage is literally the only reason why they put out the statement to say, "Oh, I love this club. I want to fight for my place at this club." No, you don't.
Yeah.
You just want to carry on holding on to that sweet wage.
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah,
we know you don't have the ambition to do well for the club.
Cheers, Michael, for that. Sterling, 3 years left, 350 a week. That would be some payoff. Oh, man.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, well, look at that. Odson Edouard off to Leicester, City from Palace. I can't see what's going on at Palace, because you think about, I think we've talked about Glasner when he came into Palace, what he did for that, and how he turned it around. And then before you know it, they're selling every player under his feet.
Yeah.
I don't know if they might have. He might have sold Palace a dream. By saying, "Oh, don't worry, I can do a Brighton. Just sell all the good players and give me dross with a couple of good players here and there, and I'll make it work. I'll get you to a solid league position." And I think he'll probably find out that it's not quite sunshine and rainbows when you work for a club that's run like that. So that it's a club that's excellently run, like Brighton, for what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
Not excellently run in terms of clubs trying to be successful. Horrible club. Horrible club for that.
If you look on Sky Sports News now, you've got Ten Hag, and he's a backpack that he's carrying on his back, but it doesn't look like a backpack. It looks like a fucking tent that's folded up. He's like he's gone on a hike, a walk. Has he been stabbed? Seriously, because that backpack was massive.
He was saying, hope everyone is well today, by the way. I hope we all are, mate. I hope you are as well. Nick saying Chilwell's on 100. Oh, there you go. 190,000 a week. Chalobah is on 24,000 a week. Sterling's on 350.
Yeah, see, Chalobah will actually play it for Chelsea for pride reasons, because like with his goal that he scored for Chelsea, I think it was beginning of last season. Guy started crying. He's definitely Chelsea through and through. The other two couldn't care less what they play. As long as they got the money going to the bank accounts.
Yeah, that's the key thing. I mean, Anthony, how long is Mourinho out for? Is it? I've heard like 6 weeks. Is it?
Is weeks, yeah. So you could be talking anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks, do you reckon? I mean, through that injury. So, in all fairness, I know it's a shoulder injury, but I don't want him to get injured at all. But I'd rather
talking about a fracture, yeah.
Yeah, fractured shoulder.
I'm sorry, if they confirm that's a fracture, that's months out. Forget weeks, that's months. He'll be gone until the turn of the year.
I think this is why Arteta said, we can't. When he was questioned, he said we can't know until the medical team can see in the next couple of days, kind of thing. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens there.
And
then this happens in training. He gets tackled, and this happens. So doesn't it prove in training? Yeah, just do like training. We got the transfer window. We got a game we got a tough game against Brighton, and it's like Boy Keane on there. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, fucking smash into somebody. That sort of thing. It's like, why?
Yeah.
And this is the thing with Arsenal when they do their medical reports. So if anybody sends out reports saying, "I will be out for X, Y, Z amount of weeks," before there's any sort of real in-depth confirmations. They've done this before. I think, was it with Jesus or something, where they said, "Oh no, he'll be back in a couple of weeks," and then the real news comes out, says about that, he's actually out for about 4 months.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just like, but why would somebody send out that he's out for shorter time, and then we find out he's absolutely
Yeah, mashed. Yeah, absolutely. Usual saying, Luton are 1-0 up tonight. Rob Edwards looking lush, and I know what he's aiming for. The usual off the cloth Murphy, and as he says, "Yeah, I knew it. Throw that line out, get the bite." A few weeks there. If it happens, Cole Palmer and Sancho link up will be dangerous. Oh, yeah, imagine that.
Well, their front four could literally be Cole Palmer in number 10. You got Sancho out on the right hand side. You'll have Pedro Neto on the left hand side, and you could either have João Felix up top or Victor Osimhen.
Wow!
And then you could stick João Felix somewhere else in that. There's 4 players right there, or 5 players across 4 positions that you could play around with, and no matter which way you play them, that's one of the best attacks on paper in the world.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that's gonna beat that. But yeah, and Nkunku as well. He's still there, so you can add Nkunku into that.
The forgotten man.
And an informed Madueke as well.
Evening, Mr. Joshy J. Good evening, Tony. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Good to see you as well. Yeah, shoulder injury in training. Yeah, Gabriel took him out, landed on him. Yeah, happy. Wonder who the surprise incoming will be for us. Oh, yeah. Just going to keep an eye on this if we hear anything coming through. I'm dreading City tomorrow, though. Yeah, they're the steamroller that's not stopping at the moment, are they? They look quite impressive at the moment, but we might give them a game. Hopefully, we will do. That'd be hopefully a forward. Yeah, let's hope so. Usual. Some kid from Chelsea apparently can't pronounce his first name Charlie. I wonder who that could be. Evening, Joanne. Hope you're well. Hello, boys.
Carney Chukwuemeka.
Oh yeah.
Sounds a bit similar.
Yeah, I think it's him. He's only he's on under £1,000 a week though. That's the thing. So he's not a cheap one. Chumbawamba. That's the one.
I get knocked down, but I can.
Yeah, pass that something to Marino at the moment.
He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a chocolate drink.
Ewos is saying, I'm a loss for words for Arsenal at the moment. I'm not surprised, but I'm so freaking pissed off with the club. They make me sick to my stomach. And I think we already said before, it's 2 players short of you winning the title, but look at your business.
2 players short.
Yeah. But it's one of those, isn't it? It's just the fact that, I don't know, when it comes to the transfer, especially this window, how long you've taken to sign Mourinho and Cauliflower, it took ages to get them 2 players over the line. It's just, wow. Yeah.
It did. I mean, to be honest with you, it was that Marino. It takes ages to come over the line, signs him, and then he's training and he's fucking injured.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God. I just didn't get it. I think this, I can't remember who tackled him now, who done it in training.
Gabriel
Magalhaes. They landed on top of him.
Yeah. So,
this is fucking League on a stream earlier where it's just like, why is it with Arsenal and men falling on top of each other? It's like, are they trying to, is something going on that we should know? men coming down on top of each other always in Arsenal's training ground.
This man, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Yeah, Tony throwing his career down the toilet, going to Saudi. He's just, well, we know he likes the pound and pen sign, Matt. So that's probably one of the reasons why. So he knows he's going to get the big bucks there. He was an academy player, wasn't he? I think he might have been. Jones saying I had to put some old newspaper in my friend's cat litter tray today on the paper was Mikel. So I covered it in cat litter ready for the cat to shit all over Mikel.
But which Mikel are you talking about? Zesty Mikel 1 or Zesty Mikel 2?
Could be both, you never know.
True.
Henry say Napoli want more money for Osimhen. Are they greedy? Well, of course they're going to cash in, aren't they? I mean, he signed a new contract with him, So they're going to just try and get top dollar. And you can't blame them for that at the end of the day. Tony gone for the money, $650 a week, tax free. Wow. Yeah, see, pound and pence sign. Jesus Christ. It's close to what you earn, Anthony, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's close to what you earn a week.
Oh, well, I'll be lucky to earn that a week, you know. I mean, you know, I've got to be honest with you, that's national minimum. I wouldn't fart in bed for that. But,
Man. They were selling it. Carl Ross is saying, for any Arsenal fan, this club is finished. Find a passion worth your time. Wow.
Yeah,
And
get out and run while you can. Go and support somebody else.
I mean,
go and support the Japanese competitive rock, paper, scissors tournaments.
Well, yeah. But for a club like Arsenal, you expect a lot more. But as as Carl's alluded to there, you've alluded to, and most Arsenal fans, it's the case of, apart from the ones that obviously are Arteta in and whatnot, it just seems, I don't know, are you that ambitious? You know, Arteta's got all this kind of, I want to do it. But, and as you said, Anthony, was it 870 million? He's been back now?
Well, it would have been if we'd have signed this goalkeeper from Espanyol. So obviously he's 850 million now. So you know that's that. So if we was to sign a player and actually bought a player, is 850 plus whatever this player will, how much this player will cost now if we did sign someone. But at the minute, it looks like we're going for names. I mean,
Wow.
and you touched on it, Tune, about these fans being Arteta in. I mean, the eldest boy, he's an Arteta in. I come in for work and he was watching this transfer window, and he was talking about how amazing Arteta was. I give him a slap, and I said, "Pack your bags and go." Right, and then he went, "What?" I went, "Yeah, pack your bags and go."
Well, I can give you a bit more of a positive
He's
update
23,
here, Anthony. I'll give you a positive update here. At Ipswich Town are in advanced talks to sign Reece Nelson on
Ipswich.
loan.
Yes, is Ipswich. Hang on, is Ipswich, Leicester. Who else is it?
Fabrizio also follows up by saying it can open the doors to Raheem Sterling to Arsenal from Chelsea. Eyeball emojis.
Oh wow! Nelson is the link. A link to that. Wow.
I would have rather sold Nelson to bloody West Ham when he bid 25 million for him. At least we would have been better off.
Another one you're throwing down there. I mean, look at that. Look, usual suspect saying there. This is on for Tony. So that's £1.2 million a month. I'd throw my career away for that. Yeah, I think we all would.
God, yeah.
It's crazy.
So Michael's saying that Osman deal off, agreed 67.5 million, then Juve wanted more. Yeah, agreed.
Juve.
Well, we know.
Napoli.
Yeah, but even still, I mean, they want more. Bloody hell.
They want to recuperate some of the money that they spent on McTominay.
Yeah.
We're going to add the McTominay fee on top of the asking price for Osman. Hope you're okay with that.
No, thanks, Joanne. Like hearing that. We do it. She does enjoy the shows, guys. Thank you very much.
No biggest, Joanne.
Ravi saying the thing is with PSR, Tony ain't going to get the money he wants. It's a crime that Tony is on 20,000 a week at Brentford for how good he is.
Yeah.
Tax free. La 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 la. Yeah. Evening, Dale boy. What's the crack? Evening all. What's Anto's thinking of Raheem Sterling? Euro just to Arsenal. Great one.
I tell you what, I'm glad he's mentioned that. This guy, I had to message him to check if he was all right. This man loves Eddie Nketiah, and sadly he's gone. Right, and I got to be honest with you, I'm not happy, Del Boy. I'm not happy at all with this Sterling. I want him to go to Man United for a replacement for Sancho. To be honest with you.
Wow.
Well,
Good evening, King Mikel.
You can fuck off.
I mean, Anthony, maybe you're just looking at this from the wrong way. I mean, there's people in your fan base that say that signing Sterling would be the equivalent of signing Messi.
No.
Confirmed. They've actually said that. And it's
He said that. He said that.
I think it was Eduardo Pagan.
Well, he's an asshole.
Literally. Can't believe it.
And we sound like each other. Cole saying, sold Aaron for 80 million when we could have got 40 million plus when Prickel decided he wasn't it. But no Edu is cooking people. Yeah. We said that yesterday, Cole. Fun enough, we did the show last night instead of the Wednesday, and we did say that when it comes down to maths, Edu, he's not great at it by all accounts.
No.
Yeah, still in the Italian too. That's true, Mike. In usual. Ravi saying Arsenal should have more clean sheets than a White was from Daz with the amount of keepers.
Actually, no. But he should have more clean sheets.
True. Ideal boy. Hello, King Mikel Terrence. You can ask him that question on Monday, Joanne. Hey, Joe, they were saying like 100%, haven't they? Eros, hope you will, mate. Good. Mark was saying, question, if Arsenal don't win anything this season, does Arteta go?
Yeah. He goes, Edu goes, fucking Win the Dog can go, and a couple of players can go as well that Mikel Arteta have signed because they're shite.
You can tell he's not bitter. You can just tell that.
No, I'm not bitter.
A one-way plane ticket, Harry. I'm right here. I think it might be Arsenal 2-2, Brian. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, should have gone for Duran instead of Ings. Well, the night's still early, Matt. You never know. You're true, brother. Good to see you even under these circumstances. This club is unbelievable. Mark was saying it's the club's problem. They all sign players on stupid money, then can't move them on. Yeah, this is the thing. And Arsenal is a classic one for that as well, just like Chelsea are. That's why you struggle to always get them out. Pepsi saying, always back my club, but absolutely livid tonight. Livid in January when we didn't sign a striker, but gave them second chance due to FFP. But no striker signing this summer is unforgivable. He was just said, mate, saddest part is some still applauding this. Yeah, it's true. This is true. Glazer ain't no mug though. No, he's not. I think they're signing some players in, and I suppose the one that didn't go over the line is Gay. He's staying in this window. They've confirmed that, so he must be very happy in that respects. But that's the only shining light.
Thank God. Thank God you put the plug back in. You stopped the water draining out.
You've not saying the crown jewels and the kitchen sink. At least you've kept that at least. Fuzz from Ravi. How does Erik ten Hag improve the lit?
First and foremost, play him. It's a very, very, very good start. Very good place to start. And then not mess around tactically, just keep things a bit more straightforward, keep everything consistent, and just have Delict fit in with partner him up with somebody. Keep playing him. Him and Martinez, I think, could form quite a strong centre back partnership.
Great one from Joan here. Lunchtime kicker for us tomorrow, so we can get the shit out of the way early. Yep, so you can enjoy the rest of your day, hopefully. Yeah, they agree on that. Good evening, Trip Vic. Good to see you, matey, and I hope you're keeping well. Trip, and we did the show last night, so if you've got your school predictions, bung them in on the comments box and get them added to the list if you're still up for that, please, mate. Thank you. Carl Rossi applauding this nonsense. Stinks a high L. We've seen this for 20 plus years. We are the ones who are reactionary. How true a comment that is. Oh, great stuff, Matt. Solid completed medical and is sorting out last details before signing contracts. Hopefully we're going to see that announced before this window shuts. Take care, Henry. You've got to go over live at 9 p.m. Good night, my friends, whoever you are. Fight hard to save football from going to America. Yeah. He was exactly right. We've had time or something like that. Money. It's called soccer, Henry. Yeah, exactly. Sterling's contract over 3 years is worth 54.6 million, and that's not even including loyalty bonuses. Bleed them now, man.
Raheem Sterling is now waiting for the green light to undergo a medical. I've shared a tweet. I've shared the tweet that I was referring to just to prove it's definitely real. Screen share just below. You can just see it with your own. Feast your disbelieving eyes on that absolute
look at that one.
Tweet.
Signing Sterling would feel like signing Messi. Wow. Is that
this guy also in another
Who
tweet,
is this guy? Who is he? Because you're not following him. It says follow, so obviously you're not following him. So this guy must be an apps. I got to be honest with you. This guy's a scrotum. Yeah, seriously, I can't be any more messy. Oh my god!
I like that. Look, future journalist. But if you look at it, he's had over 300,000 views on that one sentence.
But he would do a stupid. That's like me saying, Crystal Palace.
Okay,
just
Carl,
like
thanks for seeing you in here, mate.
The next Messi. You know, I'm going to get views for that.
Oh no. Good evening, Jordan Hyman, Sports Hub. How are you doing? How you guys? Hope you're keeping well, Jordan. I subscribe. I'm a new subscriber here. Thanks much. We'll look over for that new one as well for you. He was saying, Irons 2-1, let's go. Thank you, mate. I look forward to that one.
That Jordan thing, is that the one you went on his show?
Yeah. Well, I think that's his new. He must have changed his. He's put in there Sports Hub. So unless he's changed his thing, I'll have to have a look.
Yeah.
Stay blessed, Carl. Gary Craig. Good evening, Gary. We need a striker. Antonio full rug ain't got no pace. Yeah, this is the truth. We are kind of we're missing that side of things. Hopefully, we never know. We might see something. What's this here? Las Palmas agreed deal with Wolves to sign striker Fabio Silva on season-long loan, so he's off as well. Good to see you, Gary, anyway. Thanks for coming in. Expenditure draw at City. We're going to surprise tomorrow. That'd be nice, mate. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Big up, Daz. Hope you're keeping well. Big up, Tony, in the panel.
Big up, Daz.
We're 10 players short of winning the title. I was on one manager who will never win us anything. Right,
10, I think we're 25 short.
You're a football coach.
Will anyone be doing a wee while on stream again today? Yeah. I've got my commode seat. I'm sitting in now, Nick. It's quite comfy.
Yeah.
Got the old kind of the old hemorrhoid pillow around me, my arse cheeks. I'm doing very well at the moment. So if you see me kind of pulling faces, don't worry about it. It's nothing to worry about.
No, they're on fire, too.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. You sneeze at me, that's the problem. Jordan's saying, hey, Tony, bro, I subscribe to the panel channel. I'm a new subscriber to their channel. Thanks, mate. Big up for doing that as well. Hell yeah, Jordan. So the local satellite, Trevor. Hey, Des, I'm live for deadline day. Good for you, mate. It's good. Where's Lurbert? Good evening. What's happening at Rovers, Anthony? I see we loaned Gatlin O'Donka earlier.
Who the fucking hell's that?
Don't you know Gatlin O'Donka? Jesus,
no.
Where have you been?
Oh, does he mean doner, as in doner kebab? Or doner kebab? Does he mean it like, is that what he means?
It could be. All right, Dave, how we doing, mate? All right, lads, hit the likes and subscribe. Gooner's still waiting for a top-class striker. Thanks, but no thanks regarding washed-up Sterling. Come on, you Gunners.
Oh, okay.
Big up, Dave.
No, that's actually a real player, by the way.
I've just seen breaking news. Is it what it is? Is that Fuzz?
Yeah, he's a real player.
He's a real player. 19. Okay, so interesting. Breaking news on Old School Gunners channel. Donate and buy the OSG a burger in New York.
Oh, God. He's not going to New York, is he, Tim?
Must be. I don't know if he said that to you
never
before, Anthony.
it.
I was going to say, I've never heard that either, funny enough.
Yeah.
Joe saying, "Oh, just messed Mikel's hair up by smashing an egg over it. That would hurt more than a slap in the head if his hair was messed up." Question is, the so-called top six as strong as they can be, or as previous?
Well, if you're referring to Arsenal, I think previous.
Absolutely not. I think the top six as it is, there's not really, you're not seeing the top six like go fully out and trying absolutely everything to compete for the Premier League title season in, season out. You do see it's like most of the Premier League clubs at the top end of the table pull their punches when it comes to actually, taking big hits in, risk factor to try and win Premier League titles. And it sucks from a neutral perspective, and also for the fans' perspectives that support some of these clubs, like an Arsenal or like a Liverpool, where they've watched this summer. It's like Liverpool not really signing anybody else. They've only signed a winger. And sure, Kie's a fairly talented winger, probably as rotation. It's just an extra player to come off the bench, but still no number 6, still no DM. That is probably somewhere in the regions of what do we reckon, about 70, 80 games this season?
Possibility, yeah.
That squad's got to go through with an out of favour Endo as your only recognised 6 at the club. That's going to be difficult. Like for a few months, yeah, sure, you can do just dandy without. But what happens when that schedule gets hectic and you're just trying to, please stay fit enough for me to not have to change this team? You're going to be bringing kids up to play in the number 6 instead of actually having first team designated quality players in that. And Arsenal will find the same problem. Man United probably will find a similar problem if we have injuries again this season, which sort of do.
That's probably why Chelsea signed 52 players, just to compensate for that.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean,
it's just breaking news now. We've literally just signed that goalkeeper Neto. So
I'm just seeing also in that one they're saying Raheem Sterling now hopeful about joining.
Now hopeful about joining. Yeah, God believe me.
Well, they've got the club to player agreements. It's just sorting something out with compensation to Chelsea, I think.
Yeah.
Might as well get a Ruby back from Fulham, innit? Get done with.
Yeah, I mean, Nick saying
you just collapse the Nketiah deal and bring him back.
Bring him back as well.
Stop the signings. The signings.
Yeah, Nick saying here, I hope Arsenal will end up with Moyes, because Anthony's reaction to Arsenal under Moyes for a season would be hilarious. Joanne's ready for Terence and his bloody foundations. Trust the foundations. Hopefully Arsenal can get Ings to the carpet. Oh, imagine that, Eros. And he'll bang you a hat full of goals. Matt saying, Nat Phillips, the derby from Liverpool. Yeah, see that one as well come through. Early doors, thoughts on your current strikers. Fulkrug and that, I think, early days to see what's going to go on that one. I think, he should be do all right, because his hold-up play is supposed to be quite exceptional. Antonio, he's been a good stalwart for us and that, but really, we need something a bit more fresh to push Fulkrug more than anything else, and plus the fact we need it ongoing. And obviously, as you know, Mbamba, who we did have, is now joined City, and we got compensated for that pleasure as well.
Yeah.
Bambi.
Yeah. Apparently, Americans play football where they run with the ball.
In the hands.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, it was Wardo Hagen. Yeah. Good evening, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Evening, panel and the chat. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're all good. We aren't interested in Reece Nelson, so it looks like Ipswich are for 3-1. Yeah, so that's not a bad deal for us. Pepsi saying the Samaritans will be busy tonight. Ravi, question with the way football currently is it heading in a positive direction that can last for the new generations to come? money's too much of an involvement these days, and that takes the shine of off of football as we know it. I mean, we've already seen basically most teams are playing the same way. They're using the same blueprint. We don't see too much of the traditional teams playing out the way they used to. I mean, I don't know what you guys make of it.
No, I totally agree. I agree with what you said. So money's the key. It's no longer football; it's a business. Footballers are not footballers anymore; they're athletes. It's just the game's totally changed, to be honest with you. And I think the quicker that football gets back to the older ways of how we used to like it, the better.
I think
True.
I think one way to really sort of get the gist that football would be heading in the right direction is if you start to see the football bodies giving fans more of a say, more of a leeway with things. But that's just it, because money's such an influence. Does giving fans more power, more say and influence in football, does that get you more money? I don't think so.
And stop offering strikers 80 million, but if they score 10 fucking goals a season, what's that all about? That's winding me up as well. Seriously.
Yeah.
20 goals I want.
And please, for the love of God, Arsenal Football Club, stop signing Prem rival rejects.
Yes, I agree with that as well, Fuzzy.
That's the only way to mean that football is healing, because Arsenal stop signing Chelsea rejects.
Evening, Lone Star. Be keeping well. Arteta's army on the march in a scrimmage with Wurzel Gummidge. Arsenal signed Bournemouth keeper Neto on a season-long loan. Yeah, we've just seen that one come through. Evening, Steve. Evening, chaps and the chatters. So, what's happening then? Been watching under 21s go top of the league. Superb. That's good to hear. We're still waiting for Sola to kind of be over the deal. It seems like the medical's done through. Matt's just confirmed that. So hopefully before the night's out, we'll see that Sola's season-long loan with the West Ham. So that should be a good deal for us in that respects. And hopefully, as Happy Emirates said earlier, maybe a mystery signing as well. So we'll see what that's going to be. Big up to AFC always as well. Tony getting your hot fuzz. Big up. Arsenal deadline day is like your parents taking you to McDonald's as a kid and you want chicken nuggets and a Big Mac, but they turn around and say you can have a salad.
Yeah.
Us signing the goalkeeper now will be cup tied. Yes. Fuzzy's already said that one. Yeah. Thank you, Jordan. Good. Ross, Tony, I wouldn't be surprised with Arsenal if they went for Ings as a panic buy. Yeah, you imagine that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because don't forget, Ross, that's what you tend to do, don't you? You basically bring in someone at the last minute. God, imagine it was Danny Ings.
Well, apparently Mikel Arteta was supposed to sign a condom today, but it didn't go through because it split through during the performances. So I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger.
Ravi say, go on Arsenal. First cauliflower, now Cornetto. Arsenal have to be memed. Yeah, that's true. That is true. AFC saying the reason why Arteta and Edu are moving like this is because they're under no pressure from the fans or hierarchy to deliver titles. Board happy with Champions League money. Fans happy with vibes. Sad to see. It's a great comment. And he adds on to that. It's embarrassing that we have absolutely done nothing in this summer transfer window. It's a disgrace. Absolutely fuming. Yeah, absolutely, Steve. Franchises, not football clubs anymore. This is true. Yeah, Lone Star saying McTominay from Man United mugs. Fuzzy's drinking that milk all the way to the bank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as he says here, stop paying outrageous money for these players. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Over an hour and 45 minutes is the perfect window.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing as well with the Arsenal lack of signings or ambition. I suppose if people say that, well, if there's no money for Arsenal, surely they would be milking it on every story front. We haven't got any money, we can't do this and we can't do that, because they wouldn't want the pressure to be on them. So they've not actually come out to say anything in relation not having the capabilities of doing things this summer, they've just said everything is fantastic, guys. The best we could possibly be in, best position, best everything. Like it's all like the grass is absolutely greener over here, the greenest it could possibly be. But then the actions don't translate to their words. So
Trouble is, though, Fuzzy, I'm not being funny. If the grass is greener, yeah, great. But if the grass is greener and it's filled with dog shit, you're not going to play on it. So this is what I'm getting at. This is what Arsenal Football Club is like. And for them to turn around and say, "Oh, we're gonna have an amazing window," I tell you what, for them to, if they can actually talk shit to their fans, they can talk shit to one another. And this is what I'm saying. This is like a poison. Mikel Arteta and Edu is like a poison at Arsenal Football Club, and they need to be gone. They need to be. They need to get out, gone, and let's get somebody else in. Because I'll tell you what, we've got three middlemen. We've got Edu, Garlic Breath, and whoever the other guy is. And why do you need three middlemen? Years ago, it was sold between manager and owner. And that is what you don't need a middleman. I don't know why we got middlemen here in our football club or any other football club, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it could be
that's true.
Manager and owner.
I mean, obviously, like as Dave said here, Tom Arteta actually won something, which is true. Sterling wants £300,000 a week. Thief. Well, he's actually if he's wanting that, he's taking a £50,000 a week cut out of his wages. Some might say it's a bargain. Yeah, Michael's saying Man U signed Cyrus Mon, but he just says it's Seko Mone, bloody spell checker. I know, mate. It gets on my bloody nerves and all. What do you think of that one, then, Fuzzy?
It's good to yes, Kone. But yeah, it's a good signing. It's a bit confused by what Samuel Lucas has come out saying that this is not seen as an academy signing. But well, technically he is an academy signing. It's just you'll probably have him around occasionally for training with the first team setup, giving most of his minutes in the under 21s, whilst then having him occasionally feature for the first team on like match day squads. Maybe not coming on to play minutes, but like sort of in and around that setup, like we do with some of the others. Maybe similar to how we might do with Chido Obi Martins and the other bloke from Crystal Palace that we signed.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it's I think he's more of a I don't know if he's an attacking mid or a box-to-box or a DM. He's a midfielder or something of some sort. But yeah, it's an interesting signing. To make. But I'm happy he's here because it's planning for the future.
Absolutely,
Whilst trying to cater to the here and now. So yeah, we can be happy with that. With that.
Yeah, Matt saying on this one for us, basically, Tammy Abraham, AC Milan from Roma, loan deal. We dodged a bullet there. Yeah, I think he wanted a bit much, didn't he, as well? So that's a good one we've missed out on. Steve saying, yeah, I'm intrigued by this so-called surprise signing. Going to bed, though. Ravi saying, early doors. How do West Ham cancel out City's danger men?
Preferably with a gun.
Yeah, brick wall, ramparts, hot burning oil, and guns.
Manuel Ugarte announcement to be happening at 9:30. Well, so that's under 15 minutes. They've captioned it. Mate, you need to see this. Mate, need to see what? just announce the bloody player and try and get some loan deal in or a free signing as an extra, as a +1, and sort out the Sancho deal. We could be happy.
What's this AFC away saying that Anthony Arsenal's net spend profit this window is about 20 million. We got 100 million from Champions League, so where's the money? Oof.
As Craig from Anfield Agenda says, where's the money, Stan? Where's the money?
Evening to Francis Ogbonna. Is there any new signings for Liverpool? Well, it sounds like Chiesa has obviously gone your way for a decent price as well.
And that's it. I don't think they're planning on doing anything else. I mean, it's about an hour and 30 minutes, just over an hour and 30 minutes left.
Not good, is it? Not
You're
good at all.
really having to push it to get
A
somebody
bit
in
of smoke
this
and
time.
manure. There you go. Yeah, Carney Chukwuemeka, apparently, Steve. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'd take Carney Chukwuemeka.
Mm.
Chalobah as well. I'll take both of them. I mean, if we had the financial capabilities, I'll be absolutely like, yeah, get them in. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
At Ravi, Obi-Wan will stop Doku, but no idea about the rest.
Just hope he doesn't switch. Just keep Savio on the other side of the pitch. But then again, Wan-Bissaka, because if he's great with one-on-one defending, Savio might have a bit of a frustrating afternoon if you can't spin his draws inside out. Just don't put him up against Sufal. Don't do it.
Well, no. Hopefully, it's going to be Wan-Bissaka. I think he's going to be. That's the one. Real Madrid won the Champions League and added Mbappe to the squad, and their top goon is saying we don't need a striker that can help the team. Currently on a 4-year trophy drought. AFC, mate, it just doesn't make sense for your club. It really doesn't. Ravi, Anthony, with all your defenders, how does Tomiyasu and Timber get into the team? That's a good shout.
Well, good question. I think Timber's there. I think he may have cemented a permanent left back position. I mean, people say that Timber can't play left back, he can play right back. That's nonsense. He can't play left back. And obviously, Cauliflower, obviously, we're after. I can see it now with this Mourinho being injured. We're going to play Zinchenko up in that midfield role. I remember I mentioned that team back a couple of weeks ago. Now it's funny how we got this. So that'd be Zinchenko covering him, going in for his place, for filling for him. But this left back position, I think we've already got it sorted. I mean, we've got a left back at our club at the minute, Kieran Tierney. I know he's in, but nobody's gone in for him. He's on the books at Arsenal Football Club. I mean, what's happening with him? Why can't we offer at least 2 players to loan to someone and get a good player to loan back? From the same team or something like that. But nothing like that's happening at the minute.
Send him to us. Send Tierney to us. We'll have a proper left back whilst we'll actually try and figure out how to not be injured for longer.
Before I crack on, just going to say goodbye. Lads, just going to say goodnight to Michael Net because he's got to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hope it's a good window for all. Yeah. Good night, mate. Sleep well.
Take care, Michael.
Oh, that's an interesting one for you, Fuzzy. For Sunday, what should the midfield be?
Well, probably the best options that we've got available is the same midfield that we had against Brighton. I think defence needs to have De Ligt starting in it and stick Garnacho out on the left wing instead of playing Rashford. Start Xerxes as well. I mean, Mount's out injured, so you can't. What you're going to do with that front 2 double pivot false 9 thing? None of that shenanigans against Liverpool. Thank God. You're going to have to play Xerxes. He's been coming off the bench for 2 weeks, so he's got to be fit by now, right? So Xerxes should be playing. But I think as far as the midfield goes, because we can't play Agate, we've passed the deadline for him to be able to register him to play for Liverpool. So it's going to have to be after the break for Southampton. Or is it Southampton or is it? I can't remember which club it is, but whoever it is, we play after the break, international break. So for me, midfield's probably looking like a Kobe Mainu, Casemiro with Fernandes in front of him.
Be interesting. That's because hopefully you see a competition in that game anyway. AFC always saying Ornstein said earlier, no more signings for Arsenal. I think Anthony's read that and he's jumped out the chat because of that reason alone. It's gone streaking down the street.
It's like, no, Sterling. Honey, why is some crazy man outside running down the street with his top with no clothes on? Bloody hell.
Ravi saying here, early doors, with you being a lifelong Hammer, did you envisage what you have witnessed to this current day? I'll be honest, mate. I think what has surprised me with the new manager coming, or should I say, new head coach coming in, is the fact that they've actually backed him to the hilt. We've seen that with basically 9 players, possibly 10, with this solo going through as well. So it's good in that respect. I mean, obviously it's a big change because obviously the manager's now got to try and get this team to gel. But excuse me, but when you look at it, to have that kind of backing, and we can get players that we actually wanted compared to what Moyes wants. So yes, it's quite interesting times. He was saying, Anthony, where the fuck is that war chest this summer? Charles Watts is another one who's full of shit too. That's the guy you heard about, I think, Anthony.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy I'm on about. He's absolutely full of it as well. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I knew I was going to be a bit fed up on this transfer window. It's typical. It's typical. Well, I say typical Arsenal, but I don't know if it's typical Arsenal. To be honest with you, I just think it's typical Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, possibly, Steve.
Well, I'll tell you what. The last time you actually signed a huge amount of players in a transfer window was when you had Sven Mislintat for that as your director for like one transfer window before they're falling out with the board over differences in ambition. I think it was signed loads of players in, and that was under Unai Emery, under his first season. Shame that he never stuck around to try and reinforce an Unai Emery team for the second season because they'd sacked him beforehand. And second season, a little bit less inspiring. And then Mikel Arteta came along. Jolly Mikel came along. And then it
gone downhill since, guys. It's gone downhill.
Yeah.
Good shout from Steve here. Jonathan David will be a great signing, but the Poxy agent wants £10 million when the transfer fee is only 30. Greed all the way, Steve. Greed.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, saying that to Michael. Yeah, I agree on Jonathan David, Steve. Yep. Fuzzy from Ravi. Will it be interesting to see how your defence copes with a better attack?
I'm hoping, Ravi, that we actually see the best defence get played. I can't trust this manager to actually put out the best starting 11. I think with circumstance at the top end of the pitch with Mount's injury should hopefully force his hand to play the best attack he has available. But I know that's probably going to be a bit long to ask because Rashford's still available. But the defence is where it's at because otherwise it'll be Harry Maguire for a third week straight when we've been told by this manager that many times, I cannot play the way that I want to play with Harry in the team. I cannot play this way with Harry. He ruins my identity in football. So I want Delete to play, but I have the power to play, but I don't play. So make it make sense, guys. I don't know what I say half the time. It feels like that. Genuinely feels like that. So it massively depends. The result will depend completely on what that starting 11 is. So if he tries to cock around with it, it's over. It's over.
Nick's all asking as well, Faz, if Man United don't get top 6, will you wear a Liverpool shirt?
If it's on fire, maybe. and I feel, quite, feeling a little bit like a what's the term? Somebody who likes to burn things.
Pyromaniac.
Pyromaniac. If I'm a pyromaniac, then maybe, but thankfully I'm not that sadistic, so I don't have to worry about ever having any chances of wearing a Liverpool shirt. So.
Mama Fly saying Tont moonlighting on Jez's stream. I don't know about Mama. I'm not doing that at all. Ewas is saying, look at Fuzzy's smile. He's loving Arsenal's window.
Well, the rival, the Ops love Arsenal's transfer window.
Wolves signed defender Sebastian Lockhead. No idea who that is.
Lockhead. Lockhead, what a name.
Blockhead is going to do in there. David's
Brickhead.
contract up end of the Brickhead. End of the season too. Hope he changes agent too. Well, it'll be interesting if he does that, mate. Steve saying, make it make sense. The new Twitter catchphrase, Fuzzy.
In the 10 Hog voice. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
That's basically Fuzz saying he thinks Man United won't get top 6. Reading between the lines.
No, I'll celebrate us getting European. Well, get Champions League. I don't think I want us to get top 6. I want us to get top 4. To be quite frankly honest, I want to aim higher than that. But whether we do, I think if Ten Hag doesn't get top 4 with the sort of backing he's had versus other clubs around him, I think you're going to have some uncomfortable conversations. Got probably talk about maybe letting him go, get somebody else in.
Looks like Wolves are just signing a player. Hopefully, yeah. Nick saying, if Fuzz thought Man United would get top 6, he'd agree to the Liverpool shirt thing.
Nah, that's what I said, top 4. Can't say top 6, top 4.
Dazzy saying, Fuzzy, where can we pressure you on Sunday?
In the blood. Blood pressure. Pressure in the blood pressure. I'd say probably you might, I think, targeting the left-hand side, probably. I think players have got through a little bit easy on the left-hand side with Delo and Martinez trying to make things work out there. If we play Maguire, though, then just man the midfield. Like get a couple of players to make the runs to draw their defence to follow the runners, whilst then occupying the midfield. Just get like 3 players in there. So you've got a front 5, you've got your 2 wide players, your Salah on one side and Diaz or Chiesa on the other side, and then have your other guys in the middle, and just fill that area for the cutback pass. And happy days, you'll be scoring goals for fun. But yeah, I think it just depends on what our team does, what our lineup is, and how we set up to contain the threat. Because we need to see what sort of space we afford Liverpool. If that midfield has got a ton of space in behind it, it's curtains. But if we can keep it tight, then
you've just completed the signing of Agate. Just literally come through. He was saying, speaking of top 4, which clubs do you gentlemen think will reach the top for at the end of the season?
Reach top 4. Reach the top at the end of the season. Well, City easily first place. That's 5 peach sealed, done and dusted. I think the interesting one would be whether Chelsea get in that top 4, because if they've got a bloody stacked attack, then it doesn't really matter if Enzo Mascara eyeliner merchant actually tactically keeps his team playing good football. Because I mean, you've seen them absolutely dismantle Wolves away from home in the second half, but then go and lose to a Serviette team out in Switzerland 2-1. So I mean, if there's any semblance of consistency and good performances with that Chelsea team, I think Chelsea get in that top 4. I think they do. But as for the other teams, Arsenal probably will be in there. I'm hoping Man United get in there. I'm hoping that Liverpool's lack of depth causes some problems when you get to the halfway point, and so they drop points there, and we can sneak in. I think Aston Villa probably will struggle with the added Champions League football. I think Newcastle, very sloppy summer transfer window. Don't think they've really strengthened anything significantly to. Then again, they probably use Tonali as it's like a new signing type ordeal. Tottenham will just be gun ho and attack, and they'll still be hyping up Timo Werner as the proper, the bee's knees, and trying to make Dominic Solanke turn into a 30-goal a season striker, which I don't think is going to be as simple as people make it out to be. And their defence susceptible to all sorts of crazy goals that they may end up conceding. Who else could be in there? Brighton would be an interesting one if they're in and around those European positions, considering they've spent, about 175 million thereabouts /200 on the way to 200 million this summer. So they've gone out with intent. So is this a shift in mentality from Brighton? Are they going to start strengthening to really creep up in that table and stay up there consistently? Proof will be in the pudding with that one. But everybody else, I don't know. It could finish in any order.
This is true. Yeah. For me, I think obviously you're going to look at City, obviously, and then it's a toss-up with Arsenal. And, not being funny, even Villa, you never know, they could still be keeping that mix. You know what I mean? It's one of those. And then you're looking at the dark horse, you never know. It could be, of all the teams, Spurs.
Raheem Sterling and Arsenal deal at final stages.
Yes. See that, and Matt's put that as well. What we've got here: Man City, Arsenal, West Ham, Ipswich. That'd be good if that was that.
I wish.
Dark horses.
Dark horses.
He's open. Yeah. Relegation: Spurs, Man United, Everton. Oof. Nick's getting for it today. Relegation: 115, Leicester, NF. Jesus didn't realise Brighton spent so much this summer. Oh, sorry, Jesus. I think of the player. Didn't realise Brighton spent too much.
It's like, can I go to Brighton, please?
I think
I'm not feeling this project.
It's because you've got to think they've got a young manager, haven't they, Brighton? And
German.
He doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all.
He's playing
big
some
up to
good
Wolf.
stuff.
He is. And I agree on that one. Big up to Wolfgang Division. Big up to Fuzzy. Big up to Tony.
Big up,
and
Wolfie.
obviously Ross to the boss. Big up. Big up to yourself, mate. Good to see you on here, and hope you're keeping well.
Got to ask Wolfie what his perception on the season is if he gets all of his transfer dealings done. Do you reckon you get in top four with that attack, Wolf? Do you think you get there?
Must be interesting.
Bully some top teams this season.
Yeah, be good to see his comment. That's an interesting one. As Nick says here, thing is, there's 12 teams that you could see getting top four if they have a very good season, and this is the truth.
Would be 13 if you included West Ham. God. But yeah, it could be an interesting season, but I don't think City. I think it would be really, really interesting if City were to drop levels this season, but I don't think they are. So I think from second to eighth, I think will be the biggest interesting or the biggest watch of the season.
Yeah. As you said, especially with the clubs, a few of the clubs spending money on new players. Basically, I think, it'd be interesting to see who can finish where.
Yeah.
I mean, on that Agati one, Fuzz, do you think that one was going to collapse at some point? Because it was a little bit iffy, wasn't it? One at some point then.
I think if it did massively depend on what happened with Scott McTominay, either that or PSG lowering the pricings and stuff. But I think because the optimism on the Agati thing just solely depended on what the club wanted to do with the midfield outgoings. Because Casemiro, I think, was the most obvious one at the start of the season or start of the window.
Yeah.
Get him off the wage bills and get him gone to Saudi. But that's turned out he's staying. Hannibal was just we don't talk about Hannibal anymore. He's gone to Burnley. Ericsson, I think Van der Beek, those two players were players that were weighed up as players to go out to try and fund the Agate deal. But then there was McTominay, which I think posed not only as the easiest sale the club could do, but probably the best deal monetary wise in terms of a transfer fee. Because that's now sort of gone up to about 30, I think it was 30.1 million pounds or euros or something as a package deal. So it's pure profit for PSR, for the PSR discussions. And I think the easiest wages for another club in Europe to come along and sign. So it made the most sense in terms of an easy standpoint to try and sell McTominay instead of trying to really push the sale of a player like Casemiro. Because, I mean, clubs this summer have very clearly shown if the player's got big wages, selling them is nigh on impossible. There has to be someone desperate enough to buy it, but you can't.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't really. There's not really any clubs out there that would have that desperation to go out their way to sign somebody like that. But yeah, I think.
Sorry, did I had a cough there?
Oh, sorry. Did you want Strepsil? Just Strepsil for that cough.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think he's just drinking his piss.
But yeah, I think with the Agate thing, it's just one. Yeah, I had the same sort of feeling that I had with the Wan-Bissaka, with the De Ligt and Masraoui, because once I started seeing that deal was they're joining together as like a double deal, it was like, yeah, I think as soon as Wan-Bissaka's out the door, that's when they'll pull the trigger on this. Same feelings with the midfielder going out, Agate coming in story. It's just who was it that was going to go out? And I think once it became McTominay, not only was I really happy with that, because I don't rate Scott McTominay in the slightest. Do not like his ability as a footballer. No technical ability whatsoever. So for me, a non-Man United player, from a levels perspective, leaving the club, cashing on him pure profit to bring in a player that could, would be levels better than McTominay. Can't say no to that.
Yeah, it's true. Nick's saying it's good though, because you say City and Arsenal will get top four, third and fourth. You have teams you expect to get in, but so many teams could do it. And this is true. I think with the signings, if everything kind of gels together, there is a possibility. I'd agree with that, Nick. Absolutely. Liverpool might flatter to deceive under Slot. Yes, still early days, isn't it? Nick's saying the very top of the league has a lot of OG money, but the Premier's gotten away more competitive in terms of getting into the top four. Just so nice to see. Yeah, I think it is becoming a bit more of a level playing field in that respect. Players, and I suppose for us as West Ham fans, it's good to see that we've actually kind of trying to compete at long last, and Sullivan's opened up his wallet. Matt saying, apart from City and Arsenal battling for the top two positions, the rest of the league is so open and competitive. Very true. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Evening, Colin. Hope you're keeping well, mate. He's saying, Tony, does not look like getting a striker now. That's deflated me. For Antonio innings have declined and Fulkrug I'm undecided about, but we could always play Kudos and Bowen, Newcott and McAvenny. I mean, that'd be a great shout doing that. Because they work well together. They link up pretty well. That's not a bad shout there, Colin. What do you think of that? What do you think of that?
This Fulkrug, well, going back, I think someone put in the comments earlier, he doesn't have the pace.
Yeah.
See, trouble is that you need to have the pace. You need to make these runs in the box. But I mean, Fulkrug, was he one for the running, or was he more like the one to be in the box and be a poacher?
He's a poacher.
He's a bit. Because if you look at
Germany, didn't he?
He did it for Germany. He can, he's got a shot on him, so he can be on the edge of the 18-yard box and hit one from there. But what he does more than anything else, he's quite exceptional at holding the ball up and bringing the midfield in. So when you look at that side of things, that would suit us to the ground. You imagine the likes of Kudos, Bowen, Paqueta at Somerville. It's quite exciting if that can work like that. That'd be hopefully from that we can see goals coming.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, because I think that Falkirk will. I think he will score goals, but I think the best players to put on that in the team to assist him would be Somerville on that left.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll start seeing more of these players now. I mean, obviously, we see a few of them feature on Wednesday's game against Bournemouth. But early days.
James Sancho to Chelsea. Here we go. Loan with obligation to buy clause between the clubs.
You're depressing me. I got the camera off because, in all fairness, I just got tears down my eyes. I'm drinking.
Well,
I've almost gone for a whole bottle of wine. Seriously,
Anthony, what you just said there just goes with
using his fuck.
Yeah, and Anthony's got tears in his eyes because of it, Fuzzy.
It's got carpet burn.
Oh, it's all down my knees, Fuzzy.
That's what he's using the wine for. Cool it all down. Evening, Richard. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Evening, lads. I see Ant has disappeared as he's gone outside the Emirates Stadium for breaking news on deadline day. Oh man.
No, I haven't, Rich. I'm literally. I just feel a bit depressed, to be honest with you, with this transfer window. Absolute shit. But then again, Rich, we've talked about this and how much crap Mikel Arteta is. Yeah, hasn't got a clue. But yeah.
See, look at that, Anthony. If that's the truth in it, what Ravi's saying here. Sterling waiting on a medical sums up Arsenal's poor mindset. Bloody hell,
It does.
Get that over.
It does. I can't. I just can't believe it. And they're on about now Ipswich. It could be a done deal with because it's Reece Nelson, and waiting to sign a player like Sterling. But you've got to rely on the deal for Nelson to go through to sign Sterling. I mean, don't get me wrong. The answer there is in the pudding itself. Is stupid. It is pathetic. To be honest with you,
Nick, you couldn't time that any more perfect than you did. Yeah, that fuck right comment popped up at the exact right time. 100% it did. Nick's also saying there was a time we West Ham fans thought it would be pretty much impossible getting to the Big Six even in the Premier anyway, and they were so far ahead of the rest of the league. The Big Six is broken. It's a true thing. Yeah, money. I think is a big part of that as well. As he says there, Fuckrug is an old-fashioned number 9 like Kane, said old Matt, and Fuckrug needs service, not aimless balls down the channels. Yeah, I think we've got to play it into his feet, that's for sure. Joan saying, we always do a duff signing on deadline day. Mikel was a duff deadline day signing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you're right. I think he was a panic buy. Him, Mertesacker. I think was Francis Jefferson with that panic buy?
Cool, he might have been.
From Everton. He may have been. I'm not too sure. But the two that sticks out in the top of my head is Mikel Arteta and Per Mertesacker. That's the only two really that sticks out.
Wow.
I see Rome going after Hermoso. Still a player without a club, by the way. Would be a free signing as a defensive option who can play at left back. Why Man United haven't decided, well, free signing and won't be big on wages either. Crazy. Could have gotten a
amazing
proper in-depth signing, but
let's see. Look, Chelsea still pursuing deal to sign Victor Osimhen from Napoli, despite difficulty balancing his demands with the wage structure.
That's not dependent on the Sterling. If Sterling moves, then Osimhen comes in, is it?
It could be the case. Yeah, you never know, mate. It could be that. Yeah, you never know, mate. That's true.
Yeah.
Which is saying, breaking news, Arsenal just signed a 5-year-old from Tranmere for $9 million. Press conference coming up. He's allowed to stay up into his summer holidays. Jared's saying it's like, oh shit, we haven't signed much. Let's go to the old and has-beens and let's go to the charity shopping. Oh, Joanne. It kind of makes it sad to be an Arsenal fan when you see things like this because, nothing going on.
No.
You got that £40 million for Tony.
Right, this is what I wanted, was Ivan Toney. And all right, let's see if we did get Sterling, and we knew that we can, that, to be honest with you, that would have been a reasonable backup from Saka. But what would have been better was actually signing a striker that can actually score goals, and then it would have just enlightened the mood up at Arsenal, thinking, right, we've got a striker up front, he can score goals, and it would have just sent like a positive vibe for us. But
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Mad. Nick's asking, what kind of carpet does Anthony use anyway? Polyester. He likes the static shocks, Nick. That's what he likes. I'd imagine he'd be a man of culture and use one of those stale beer.
Carpet of the Emirates.
Well, look at that one. He said, yeah. I think he's got one better than you, Fuzzy. One of those old stale beer smelling pub rugs with a pattern.
Or one of those rugs where it's like so old and so trodden through that it's matted down.
Soil.
So it's not like
I've got a lovely grey rug in the middle of my living room, which goes obviously with the colour with the walls. And I tell you what, that is my very own foot rug.
Man say like getting pick and mix from Woolworths. Wow. Richard say anyway, and Bristol City got their 7th signing over today. Nice.
Oh, that's good news. At least that's something,
Might have to, become a Bristol City fan first, Arsenal fan second this season. If it goes sideways.
Yeah, it would do. Yeah.
See, Wolves have been trying to sign up a few players. There's another one, a midfielder, and then there's a 18-year-old left back, Ethan Sutherland from St Mirren, £300,000 fee.
Wow.
Even Everton's beating you, Anthony. Look, Everton, they've signed midfielder Oral Mangala from Lyon on a season-long loan.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, but what did you think about this one, though? Neil Maupay has gone to Marseille from Everton.
Oh God, I love this transfer. I love it so much. It's the bloody video that Neil Maupay posted on his socials after it happened, because he got he was cussed out of I can't remember which station it was at when they were about to board the train, and Everton fans were cussing him out, and he was giving it back to him. So when this transfer goes through, he posts a video on his timeline, and it's literally a meme where there's some guy is running. He walked out into the rain. He's taking all of his clothes off, like ripping this stuff off, and he's just like, yeah. He's just like, I'm free of this Everton bullshit. Get this
hell, man.
This guy is an absolute shithouse, like Di Maria was to the bridge that was connected to Man United. He burnt that shit to the ground.
Wow.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Matt Turner, wasn't he your keeper, Anthony?
Turner, yeah, from Forest.
Yeah, because he's obviously where's he going? I've missed it out now. He's gone to some club. He's left them. Season-long loan.
Oh, right, okay. Because I think he got that. Is he Belgium? Is it Cells or something?
Something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Matty Cells, yeah.
Herbert tractors go sideways. T-Rex running behind him. Yeah, imagine.
See him running down the carpet.
Nick saying, did you know, guys, it's common for millennials to use greys. It's called millennial grey, which when we decorate our homes in greys, whites, blacks, etc. I didn't realise until after I did my bungalow like it. The millennials.
Yeah.
Which is saying Ramsdale sale. Apparently just heard David De Gea on way to Arsenal on a free transfer.
Can't do that because he played for Fiorentina last night.
He gets all his information from Wikipedia.
No, he gets his information from Sky Sports News. Fucking slow as anything.
Slow Sports News. He gets it from Slow Sports.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Slow Sports News.
Joanne saying Arsenal transfers like when you get to the dregs of the quality streets in and you're left with the ones you don't want. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
So stories from Southampton and Bournemouth coming through. Celtic signed defender Austin Trusty from Sheffield United
Trusty the process.
on a 5-year contract for £6 million.
Oh God, the deal has just now been agreed. Sancho to Chelsea.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
It's happening. This initial loan and obligation to make it permanent next summer. Hopefully, we not only collect the money for Sancho next summer, but we also collect the money for Rashford's sale, because that bum's out on the is out on the markets next summer.
Oh,
Thank you,
yeah.
Rios.
Yeah.
Sign a quality replacement.
Get that
Anthony can
off
leave
the
as
wage
well.
bill. Yeah. Get 2 of them off the wage bill there, do you?
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen, Rich. You know,
Bloody
just
hell, is he still playing? Southampton signed Ryan Fraser on a 2-year contract.
yeah.
Jesus. Not a Derby have signed Nat Phillips from Liverpool.
Be right back.
No worries, mate. Richard saying Anthony done it last week against United. I reckon Danny Welbeck will score tomorrow against his old club.
No, I don't think that'll happen soon. I think what happened, what he did to Mourinho in training, he's going to do exactly the same to Danny Welbeck on the pitch.
You think? Yeah, step him in half.
Yeah.
Joan saying she's really losing heart with Arsenal. Yeah, it's not a great drain for your
Yeah,
club, that's for sure.
I am as well. I seriously, I am as well.
Well, at least you know you're going to ask old Terry on Monday, like, what does he think about the business you've done?
Oh well, it's obvious what he's going to think of the business, isn't it, Terence? God, blimey. He's. I'm not surprised if he's like. I think he's a distant relation to Mikel Arteta. That's the reason why I can see the resemblance.
Lone Star saying about Mark Gay, yeah, he's going to be staying at Palace, the poor lad. Yeah. Just couldn't do the team that couldn't do the deal. What's it now? Was it 4 times Newcastle winning?
4 times Newcastle went in for him. I think they upped it to 72 million, and Palace even refused that. Now, for Palace to refuse that sort of amount of money for one player, team, it makes you think: what are they holding out for? Are they expecting something like 80 million, 85 million for him?
Yeah, mad. Absolutely mad. I mean, they're obviously looking for top dollar, aren't they? And I can understand it. I mean, I think you just mentioned earlier on that Palace are going for another defender. So if that's the case, then surely would that have been the replacement for Gay? But say it looks like he's staying.
Yeah. Well,
so
I mean, it's good for Palace. I mean, Ez is staying, isn't it? It looks like I see no information on Sky Sports News about Eze. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Well, you never know. It could be that mystery signing we're going for. You never know, mate. But yeah, it's strange that no one's coming for him.
Yeah, and I find that really odd. But then again, you look at it, if Palace can keep them two, let's see if they can sign at least another 1 or 2 players from this window now. You know, they might not be that bad. But at the minute, they've let all their top quality players go, and it seems like they've bought in other teams' rejects. Do you know what I mean? So it didn't look good for Palace, does it? In one way.
Yeah. No, it's mad. Absolutely mad. Nick saying, do you think we'll sign a new keeper next summer as Fab will be 40 and into a coaching role? Fodden was not bad, but I think if we're in Newberg again, we'll need to sign a second top keeper for Areola. Definitely. I mean, Foddenham, he might be okay for us to help out, but realistically, yeah, I think we need to get someone in a bit more top class than that. And you can't blame Fab. He's been pretty good for us. But a coaching role, I think that'd be a good move for him if he's, and keeps it in house with the club, which I like that kind of thing that, with players, especially they're going to do well. Colin's saying Tony, my team to play City 1-4-1-2-3. Areola, Emerson, Kilman, Tadibo, Wan-Bissaka, Alvarez, Sweeper, Paqueta, Rodriguez, Kudos, Antonio, Bowen. Antonio played because more pace against their back four. Yeah, use a bit more. We use that strength. That's not a bad team there, Colin.
No, it's not. I mean, that Kilman, to be honest with you, obviously, because you signed him from Wolves, didn't you? So, you know, from what I've seen of him, I think he's been playing pretty well.
Yeah. I think he surprised a lot of people because obviously, 40 million was a lot of money to pay for the player. And everyone thought, are we going to get something out of him? But, so far it's been 2 exceptional performances from him. And if you look at the game against Palace, he wasn't afraid to play out with the ball and he set up one of the goals anyway, as it was. He had an assist on that.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, that's brilliant. Take that all day long. So money well spent in that respects.
I think it is, Tim, yeah.
Yes, Richard, I did, mate. Yep. So that's all been added into the thing. So thanks so much for that, mate. Really appreciate that.
Did you get my scores? Yeah, we got your scores, Rick, but we haven't put them in. So up yours.
Joan is saying Terence is Mikel lover. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Matt saying, yeah, so not too sure we're signing a back goalkeeper though, Nick. Yeah. Probably not just yet. Yeah, Lone Star, just seen that, re-signing the player again on a free transfer. Bloody hell. I was being at Ben Foster again.
They're dancing. Let's be honest, Southampton, they are doomed from the start.
Yeah.
And I said it earlier with that Ramsdale. I think that move is the biggest mistake of his career.
Well, I suppose the only saving grace is he didn't send your club down, which with most clubs he's been with, and that he's like the Judas, isn't he? He goes to a club and that, and before you know it, the poor sods are relegated.
Yeah. Well, he deserves it this time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nick Fulton saying you could ask Chelsea for one of their, God blimey, how many figures is that? Gazillion, trillion, million goalkeepers at Matt Foster. And the clock is ticking. Definitely, yeah.
He definitely is.
Palace have that Kamada who's decent. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's not bad at all. Sound like Pickford, Matt Foster is a good keeper for us. If Everton went down, I don't know why he's never moved from Everton. Is he actually a good keeper? You get it though, don't you? You get players that they'll stick with one club and they won't move for love nor money.
Yeah.
And I suppose he looks at it like this. He's got no kind of competition as such. So while he's got no competition, he's still number one.
Yeah, no, that's true. But it's great to be number one. And it's like what I said, he ain't got no competition. So obviously he's going to be sticking around. And obviously because he's a first teamer, and fair play to him.
Yeah. Mother say, look, at last Fraser has gone. Lone Star saying Brentford accept 40 million Tony bid from Saudi's Al Hilal. Yeah, he's happy with that. Richard, I can imagine tonight, 11 p.m. Big Bing Ding Dongs, and Ant stands up and says,
And what?
I'll tell you, see you next Tuesday.
Yes, I will. He knows me well.
Good chat, Nick. Faulkner, I'll go to Pickford as well. Yeah, we've got that already. Thank you, matey. Nick saying current squad, I'd actually play Bowen as striker, then Kudos on the right, so Somerville can play left. Yeah, good chat as well. Just kind of go out with attack against them. Bear with me, gents. I just need to go to the loo.
Okay.
Oh, the Billy Gilmore to Napoli from Brighton deal completed. Damn, they're going Scottish over there. Going full Scotsman Braveheart settings. Then again, most of their flag is blue, and so is Napoli's club colours. Most of it is blue.
Yeah.
But jeez,
I'm impressed with Brighton this season, first. Seriously, I think they can get. Well, they'll definitely get Europa League, personally. But I mean, you look at it. I mean, what do you think of Brighton? What, top 6?
I think it's interesting to note because with Brighton, they're still a team that, despite going from Graham Potter playing some good football to De Zerbi playing some good football, and now going to this new German manager, still playing some good football. I think it just depends really on what the club hierarchy do in terms of where they take their Brighton project, because we know them as the club that likes to buy cheap, sell expensive. But with how much they've spent this summer, is the message different? Is the ambition changed at the club? Are they going to start being more serious on the markets in terms of how they go about buying players and what sort of players they buy?
True.
Because they bought some quite good quality. I mean, especially with, like, for instance, their left back Ferdi Kadioglu, somebody who, not necessarily somebody that United were trying to sign, but somebody that was linked to quite a few bigger clubs in transfer speculation. So in terms of how they're building upon what they've got at the moment, it's going to be interesting to see how over the next 3 to 5 years with this Brighton, if it's not just a one-off summer for them, or if it is the start of something a little bit different, like a different flavour, different tone with their club. So yeah, it might be a new dawn on the south coast, or maybe it's just a one-off.
Well, breaking news: Reece Nelson's just signed for Ipswich. Reece Nelson has chosen his
to move to because 4 clubs apparently, wasn't it? Isn't he? Apparently, it was going through, but he's chosen Ipswich.
4 clubs. Yeah, I knew it was Ipswich, Leicester. I think Fulham was one of them as well. I can't remember what the 4th one was. That was 3 of them out of 4.
I was just double checking when I came back on that. I had the microphone on mute because I don't want to hear you.
Oh, I think it was Man United. Yeah, it was Man United because obviously with the Sancho deal.
Yeah, Colin, haven't they? Palace done well keeping Gay, signed Lacroix and Chalobah. Yeah, so that's good business for him. Lacroix. So when you look at something like that, that's obviously kept Glasner happy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Early Doors Football TV. Turn his cam off. He's using Anthony's fat quotes. Yeah.
Next up, my turn.
Yeah. Pass the rug. I think 40 million for Tony is well overpriced for a penalty taker. Ravi saying, do you see Victor from Napoli going to Chelsea? Yeah, but there's still some complications on that. So it's not exactly 100% at the moment. Lone Star saying 9 out of 10 EPL clubs can't be happy with the window. Yeah.
I'm okay with Man United's window. Okay. I still am a little bit disappointed that we couldn't do more business, because we've seen Chelsea and West Ham run away with doing all sorts of business and crazy stuff. But I think reality is, we can't really sort of do all of what we want to the extent that we want to do it, given financial constraints. And at least with Man United, we don't have to bullshit our way to say, oh, we haven't got the money, guys. Swear we haven't. But we actually haven't, because we've been run like absolute wank for the past 10 years to bite us, and it is biting us. So
yes.
With not only that, not only with financial restraint or constraints, the board that we've had doing the signings only joined the club whilst the window was open. Like Dan Ashworth joined when the window was open. Omar Barada joined halfway through July. Like they've done well for what they've been posed with, because they've not been sat around planning everything in full detail or executing plans until quite late on, versus the window that everybody else has been able to plan and then execute for. Like if we were to comparatively use Arsenal and their project with signings, Edu and Arteta have been setting up for this sort of a summer since January, and their summer's significantly worse than ours. Yeah. We've not had the time to plan. We've just come in and just started doing it and said, we think that this would be, would be as good as we can get it. We'll see how much of it we can do. So, I think it's okay with what we've done. but I personally would have liked to have seen more. But
yeah,
can't have everything the way we want it.
No, of course not. But I think if you look at it, as you said, it's signings that are going in the right direction for you in that respect. So you've got to kind of be pretty pleased with that. Like we are with what we've signed. I mean, it's as I said, it's good to see that they've backed him. Tim's managed to go out there. When he goes on that jet plane, we know mostly the players coming back with him. Frog marched and hand tied and zip tied, but he's coming back to the club, so it's good in that respect. Evening, Malia. Hope you're keeping well. Evening, guys. Hope you're all good. Yeah, we're doing well. It's good to see you on here, mate. It's been a while. Hope you're keeping good. Yeah, as he said there, Napoli signed Billy Gilmore, and Matt has also exactly said the same thing. 13 million euros. Yeah, crazy. Lone Star saying, yeah, Man United Comedy Club. Nick saying Fuzz is the one licking the rug clean afterwards. Oh, dear, man.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Nick.
Yeah. Lone Star saying, breaking news. United won't bring any more players in as priority is to fix the roof. Fans elated.
Next priority is to build a whole new stadium, I think. Fuck the roof. Just take the whole roof off. Let the fans sit with an open top. Just take the roof off of Old Trafford altogether.
Get soaked. Which say Man United done okay in this window. Don't forget, we all produce good youth, and this season, no doubt, we'll see another good one. This is true.
I think with what we're trying to do with the finances this summer is to ease what the spending capability will be next summer. So I'm hoping that by the time we get to next summer, it's a lot less sort of like, Man United very, very specifically must get right down to this number. I think they'll be a little bit looser with the negotiations, a little less strict in how they want to spend the money. I still think they'll keep up the negotiations thing to try and be the better club in all the deals and negotiations. But I think in terms of having to stretch the money so thin, I don't think they'll have to worry too much about come next summer.
Yeah, Miko Hotel's just confirming that Miko Mourinho will be out for weeks after injuring his shoulder in the first training session. Sorry, Adam.
I mean, obviously, we're talking about Arsenal. I mean, it's so depressing now. Obviously, Reece Nelson has just agreed to go to Ipswich on loan. So, in other words, they're paying the £100,000 a week for him. Arsenal's no longer paying his wages. It's just come up here, right?
Yeah.
And then we saw Ramsdale. That's two. So that's two players out the door. That's 220,000 a week we're saving there, right? And we cannot get a quality player over the line and offer him 220,000 a week. It just makes you think. Now we were talking about on last night's show that where we were so weak regarding the Champions League with the more games in that. Now we saw Reece Nelson, who's there to cover for Saka on the right.
Well,
we got rid of Nketiah. Jesus is injured. All we got is Kai Havertz up front. So it don't get good for Arsenal. There's no good news coming out of Arsenal at all.
Well, maybe the Sterling one will be the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if it gets over the line first of all. These lawyers, yeah. Lone Star saying Napoli with a Scottish midfield. Yeah, it's true, isn't it? McTominay and good old Billy Gilmore. Tim Steid and headlines. Yes, Matt. He's got his own plane based over at Stansted. He's ready to fly at any time. Nick saying Labour FC just signed Kim Jong-un to their free speech department. Wow. Mally is saying I don't want Sterling. And he's backed up by saying Eddie's taking the piss.
Yes.
Fuzz, United could build a sandcastle with that. What can you do? Yeah, more bad business, Ewos is saying. Lone Star saying no EPL team wanted to gamble on Tony. 28 would have been available on a free next season. Wow. Another opportunity missed. Trip saying Man United is disappointed FC. How is that bald fraud of a manager still there? This is the question.
I think it's, if I were to state where I probably am with this Ten Hag situation, is I think with the summer contract, I think there would be more sort of, it's like a hindsight thing. I think in hindsight, if this continues to go wrong, the contract decision in the summer is a bad decision to make. But if it was all going right and swimmingly well, we'd say, well, good thing we made that decision after that cup final. But that's the thing. It's a split in the road. It's a fork in the road. Which route you go down, dependent on that decision at that moment in time, which road was the better option. And I think where we are at the moment, I was like, well, I want to say that off the back of winning a cup, let's see what he can do and how he behaves or how he manages things in this season coming. If the club backs him and gives him what he needs, does he progress as a manager? Because I've said for the basis that the last 2 seasons he's had, to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's got a bunch of bums trying to run a football club who have no qualifications to do so, that now he's got a proper football board above him. Does this season, do you see Ten Hag actually do what he's capable of as a manager, like what his ability as a coach and how he can instruct a team to play? Do we see United change? Do we see them improve? Do we see a stronger United, a more unified team, a team that's will outwork the opposition? So far, we haven't seen that at all. So it's, as I've said, a hindsight thing where we sit here and say, well, we gave him the opportunity, right, to get things right. Have your players in there that play the way you want to play, and if you can actually prove to us that we've justifiably put our faith in you, do you repay that faith in us? But he's not done that. He's not done that so far. So I think maybe it gets a little bit better after the international break. It could also go the other way and get worse. If it gets any worse than this, and I think they'll be feeling that trigger. They'll be touching that trigger in your subby. Yeah, I don't think this is quite what we agreed on, Eric.
Just see it come through as well. The Sterling deal to Arsenal is very close. Very close. Lone Star saying great news for Nelson is the development. Agree on that one. True. Regulate football. Wait till they replace bald fraud with Southgate. Oh, Anthony, I love that one.
Oh God.
Richard saying Arsenal's got no funds left for players. Their new Links Africa away shirt costs a bomb.
So I've got to screen share this. This is the live pictures from Stamford Bridge on Chelsea's bench. They don't have enough seating, so they all pile on each other.
Oh God.
Oh man.
It's an accurate description there.
That'd be interesting if they do, though, Nick. Arsenal will try and get kudos next summer with the holes they're leaving in the squad. I think we're going to see a few clubs coming in the window next year.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Arsenal winning anything this season, team. No. And be honest with you, there's going to be a lot of pissed off fans after this transfer window. They got their own sheets. We know who they are. We didn't need to see their names, and there's going to be a lot of disappointed Arsenal fans this season. That's all I can say. But hopefully, we might have a better season next season with signings.
Hopefully, mate, because as you know, you need it. Just to let you know as well, people in the chat, as obviously the two panelists, 42 minutes and 24 seconds and counting until the window shuts. Colin saying, Tony, do not be surprised about takeover bids coming before New Year for our club. That is what I'm hearing from my sources in the city. They're telling me Middle East, American money. Ooh. Yeah, because I think the one, Colin, that people was hoping for, it seems like that Staveley, she's going to invest in Spurs of all people. Bit of a shame. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, mate, because at least the club showed ambition by the players they've signed so far. And maybe if Sullivan is looking for top dollar, he could say, "Well, look at the squad we've got, and we can add on the value." Plus the fact now that we've got the London Stadium, and we can redevelop a bit more because the way the contract has now been rejigged. Interesting times. He was saying, "I swear with this club, if you don't laugh, you'll cry." Yeah. Unfortunately, I've got to say, Eros, it is kind of basically, the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? Really, and it's a shame, really, because you're supposed to be a top club, but unfortunately, not run like it. Arsenal ain't letting in any holes; they're trash and can't fill the correct holes. Well, I can't say more than that on that one. Oh, they're looking at your star boy there, Fuzzy. Look, McTominay coming through there. Blimey, look at the size of that bloke. He loves chewing his gum. Look at that smile on him. Look, pearly whites. Did he actually learn a bit of Italian when he said hello to the fans and all that business?
I hope not. Because most things that we see is when English players, their first press conferences in European countries, out of nowhere, they suddenly turn. They start to speak a little bit like this. Uno, dos, tres, and like, brother, shut up. Just shut up. Just speak English. Speak English and don't try and piss off the locals. Yeah, don't try it.
Yeah, don't another bowl at West Ham. Well, hopefully we won't get that. That's for sure, Matt. Pepsi saying Arsenal have until 1 a.m. to sign Sterling if terms are agreed. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, to get over the deal. Hope and pray Arsenal sign Sterling. Evening, Bargav. Good morning to yourself. Is it almost over? I'm legit over it. No, not yet, mate. We've still got 39 minutes until the window shuts. So you've got 39 minutes more of pain until you actually possibly sign someone. I hope you will, though, mate. Trip saying Bald Fraud's only ability as a manager is wasting money on players he didn't know enough about. Richard saying Anthony got no Sterling left in his pot to sign Raheem. Apparently, the Saudi team and for Tony are holding out for a late Osherman decision before signing off. Yeah, because I think their window is different, isn't it? I did hear this as well.
To be fair, Fabrizio said that there's no agreement between Victor Osimhen and Chelsea, even after the new proposal presented 2 hours ago. So they've not even got to any agreements at the moment.
Yeah. Eros, thanks for being on in the chat, mate. Really appreciate your comments. Thanks for being with us. Great show, gentlemen. Good luck on the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Thank you very much, mate. And just to let you know, I am doing a match watch along for the West Ham Man City game tomorrow evening. So if you're around, good to see you on there as well. Lone Star saying Doomsday analysis from Herbie. The usual nonsense. Yeah. Pepsi Pack, you better not be sourcing Dave Meltzer. Richard saying, I bet United hijacks the Sterling deal replacement for Sancho. Wow. Comes out of nowhere. Arsenal's transfer window is rated at 6.5 stars after they signed Sterling.
They're having a laugh. I'm rating it. He's going down. I'm rating it at 2. Right?
Wow.
It wasn't 4, it's 2 now. But Tony, on your watch on tomorrow, don't forget to have a box of tissues next to you, because it's going to be a lot of, crying.
We will be there, guys. We will be there.
I'll be wearing a face mask, Anthony, so you have no fear of seeing any tears or anything, basically. As Nick says, just remind people, Man United signed Anthony for £82 million.
Yeah.
90 Ross. Trip saying somebody signed Sterling before United eventually signed another Rashi.
Yeah, true, terrific.
Good night, mate. Yeah.
We don't want two PR merchants at the club. Please.
Can't imagine that.
Please.
Oh, look at that, Matt. You know, imagine Tony deal collapses and he has to stay at Brentford till January.
Or maybe Man United throw in the hat in the ring with a loan.
Loan deal,
loan to us. We'll sort out some payment details as well along the way.
Yeah, me. That would be funny. Yeah, it would be, Mama. Pepsi saying, "Are you doing a full 90 minutes watch along for West Ham or just the first half when you're 5-0 down?"
I'll have to see the masses leaving the stadium, get Odegaard with the pictures out. Yeah, snapshot on them all leaving.
Exactly. No, I'm brave enough, Pepsi, to hang around for the full 90, and that I've got no worries in that respects. I've got no shame. You know, I've got to look at this boat race every single day, so I've got no shame. Definitely in Mama Flossie. Trip saying United are so dumb for not signing Tony. Opportunity missed. Well, a lot of clubs. There's a lot 40 million pounds.
Yeah, you know? They get 40 million pounds. Arsenal spent on 2 signings that they did not need. Yeah, you don't need Moreno. Really. You don't need Calafiori. You could have spent that money towards the striker that you did need.
Here, Anthony, you can read this one out. Anthony, you can read this comment out. Arsenal breaking news.
Arsenal South Korea striker 14-1 on a free transfer. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Nick. That is true. Oh, big up to you. It would have been nice to see Ivan Toney still in the Premier League, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Come on, please. If Raheem Sterling goes to Arsenal, we'll give one person who likes us tweet a free mail. That's like that. That's a like tweet. Burger King, hook your boy up. I had a Burger King today, but I'll have another one tomorrow. I'll happily have another one tomorrow.
Happy days. Trip saying United have more than enough money to gamble on Tony. It's criminal. Yeah, I mean it's an opportunity missed, isn't it? For I think a lot of clubs on that respects. I want to know what's going on with our Solid deal because nothing's been said about that at the moment. He's had the medical. We've got 34 minutes left to go, and we still haven't got this player over the line yet.
Yeah.
They spent it all fixing the roof, Man United. If Sterling signs for Arsenal, I'm donating to charity.
Sash says 6 hours ago, disaster, that's the word. How can you spend close to £500 million over 3 seasons, but just £25 million on a wide forward? How can you let Vieira, ESR and Eddie go without bringing in a replacement, let alone a level raiser? All this when fixtures are going to mount. Not good enough. Top Gooners are turning, Anthony. They're turning on their
happening. Thanks for this, Matt. Apparently, West Ham employees on X is waiting to do the emojis regarding Solar, but reckons everyone's busy. Hopefully, it's getting it over across the line, Matt. I think it will be done, and then I think that'd be quite a decent transfer window for us.
I think this Osherman deal's off.
Yeah, I think it seems they're asking for more money and it seems a bit kind of greedy.
They can't agree personal terms with the player either.
Oh, really? So, as well?
Yeah, the next 30 minutes to find a way to break through that. If not, he'll stay at Napoli. But the Saudi Pro League's transfer window stays open until September the 2nd.
Plenty of time to agree then. What do you think about this one? Because we've not really mentioned it, and that obviously Nottingham Forest turning down Newcastle's offer for Elanga.
Yeah, I don't know what Newcastle are playing at.
Mm.
Because, I mean, Elanga would be a good signing, especially for a player to play down the right-hand side, because you've got an Anthony Gordon and it's Harvey Barnes on one side. And, yeah, you can have a bit more of a pacey, tricky winger down the right-hand side, because I know they're not really wanting to persist with Almiron, but Jesus, it does feel like it's a bit desperate after spending this long not really sorting a deal out for Almiron, but then signing an adequate replacement.
Yeah.
They've had a long time to plan for this at Newcastle, and it's not amounted to anything. I mean, Nottingham Forest will definitely be happy that they've kept a hold of him, but Newcastle, yeah,
it is an interesting one. I must admit, I agree on that. Pepsi saying Arsenal lawyers working extremely hard to get Sterling deal done, according to Sky Sports. Matt saying whether until 1 a.m. we get the paperwork in before midnight anyhow, Tony. Let's hope so, Matt. I mean, it'd be good to have that one over the line. I'll be pleased with that window if it happens. Trip saying he might become a Chelsea fan if Arsenal sign Sterling. Evening, Arsenal Manic. Abby, you're good, mate. Good evening. Got the worst virus malware on my laptop yesterday. Wow. Nothing was working. I've only just got it somewhat functioning a few hours ago. I thought computer viruses, are a thing of the past. No, you can still get malware, phishing, scams. It still goes on, mate. Yeah, you have to be very careful these days. It's obviously just making sure that you've got the right security credentials to kind of fight that shit off.
oh god, that is absolute cancer. What I'm seeing.
What's that one?
It's just Martinelli doing a dance. It's like Martinelli distracting Arteta and Edu from signing a winger. Just Martinelli just slipped in that. Yeah, just a little bit of a groove.
Oh, you have to get that. That's where you put it up. Matt saying I was half expecting someone to put in a cheeky bid for Bowen or Kudos or even Alvarez, but nothing, thankfully. Yes, it definitely seems that way, which is great news. Nick saying Arsenal just signed fucking shite this transfer window. Trip saying Nick's breaking all the news.
Sorry, I had to happen. I had to do this. I'm sorry.
Let me just smooth that comment. Listen.
Party's hamstring as soon as the window slam shut. Poor Cork, out injured 5 months. You can just see it coming from a mile away. Just a big injury to Arsenal's midfield.
Or as Kenny Ken says, the old pork chop going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
God. Crazy.
Arsenal Manic saying, I see a fanboy channels will give the window 8 out of 10. And we'll give 2 thumbs for Sterling signing, even though they don't want him on Arsenal. Man.
Oh my God. Anything for the pound note, I swear to God. They literally will sell their souls. They will absolutely do it's like the same guy that said that signing Sterling feels like signing Messi. Literally did a comparison draw up with Didier Drogba and said, well, Sterling's got more goals in the same amount of appearances as Didier Drogba. My guy, one player has gone down as a legendary Premier League striker. The other guy has essentially been a stat padder and hoed himself out, literally being essentially a football hooker to all the top Prem clubs, or most of the top Prem clubs.
That's mad. Trip saying Martinelli's moving zesty finally. Arteta's work is done. Nick saying to you, Arsenal Manic, use Bitdefender. It's currently the best antivirus you can use. Big database. There you go. Make sure you do that as well. Richard and TikTok.
Don't tell me to Arteta.
Sterling, same sentence as Messi. Yeah, Trip, we saw this earlier. It's like, wow, are you really putting that up there? Good evening, Christian. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Good friend of mine, and that is very good to see him on here as well. Oshman Dearloff. Evening, gents. Evening to you as well, mate. Christian, what do you make of your transfer window? Please let us know, mate. It'd be quite interesting to see. If you're anywhere like what Anthony thinks, I'd like to see your comments on this one as well, mate. I'll take Drogba over Sterling. God, yeah, he'll still do something as well.
I think everybody and their grandmother would take Sterling, even if the grandmother knows nothing about football. She'd still choose Drogba over Sterling.
Yeah, it's true. Trip saying, talking about a shit transfer window, take a look at Hull City. Wolfgang saying, never thought I'd say this. Man United have had the best window.
Right, Wolfie, right.
I think Chelsea probably had a better window in terms of signing quality, like for players. Like they turned their attack from last season from mediocre into probably one of the best attacks, top 3 attacks, player by player in the Prem for next season. So
all right, Tractor Man.
Tractor Man.
You can just see Anthony there wearing spandex pants and then retract with TM on his top.
WWE.
Well, I suppose if you look at it, Anthony, when I get merched and that, if we're going to get over that 500, that I can start doing merchandise. So I'll get one of them made up for you, mate.
Oh,
come and get your Tractor Man t-shirts.
Yeah, I'll wear it on a show.
Should say, but Wolf, they are the tallest kid in kindergarten. Let's be honest. Wow, it's true. Wolfgang saying no defence though, Fuzzy. Yeah, true.
What you could say with Chelsea's thing is that they've had the transfer window Tottenham should have had. Because of Angeball, he doesn't care about defence, so just absolutely stockpile and overload an attack.
Yeah, attack. That's all it comes up with.
Look, Ange Postecoglou's system with that Chelsea squad, he's laughing right.
Hey, I just realised you've just mentioned that name, and think about it. Have we actually seen any Spurs business?
No,
that's true. Yeah, so there, Anthony, you're in the same boat as your North London rivals, mate. That's not bad, is it?
God. Well, no. I mean, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. It's fucking dim, but there is a bit of light.
I'll tell you, get that light bulb out, Fuzzy. Get that Fuzzy. Yeah, get the fuzzy bulb out.
To you. Send it to you in the post, Anthony.
That's better. Yeah.
See if it's any brighter.
Yeah. Put it in a jiffy.
Christian is saying we've bolted in defence and midfield, shored up in a few areas to accommodate Timber and Partey, and Tommy Yasu injury prone, etc. Arteta has unlocked Havertz and worked with Sterling before, so let's see. That's the point. Yeah, true. Yeah, forgot of course the Man City connection. That's true. Good shout there, Christian. Colin saying, Tony, what does your friend think about Sterling going to Arsenal? Don't be very surprised if we beat Man City 2-1. We're a much better side apart from striker position, saving our money. Oshman. Yeah. What do you think
you're
about
waiting
that?
You're waiting for my replies to that, aren't you?
Of course, mate. You know that. It goes without saying. You know that.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. What can I say? It's like going on a night out on a town when you're single, and you're open to for a nice looking woman, and instead you come in with the pig. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, well, okay, if that's all I'm getting, then that'll have to do. So,
surprising deal, this one. Wilfred's Arsenal joined Olympique Lyon.
Yes, I did hear this. Yeah, I did hear this one was going on.
Just confirmed, and a little bit surprising that. But a good signing for them.
Correct. That's all I'm going to say to the message, Tom.
Apparently, solid deal is now straight loan with no option for permanent sign. That's an interesting one, then. Well, that's changed. Yeah, so I just see that one about old Ramsdale. So 80 million, which could rise to 25 million on a 4-year deal, Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah, it can do. So it's 18 million. Then then with add-ons, which brings up to 25. But that's still 10 million pound less than what we got for him.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes you think. Well, what's happening here? We touched on it. I've touched on it before. We obviously at Arsenal Football Club we can't seem to do the maths.
Well, if you go set one, yeah, it's just he sort of says, "All right." I think if the Arsenal fans chip together and do a GoFundMe page, I'm sure you'd be able to buy an abacus for him. I'd rather take South United than Sterling as a player. Yeah, as Wolf says here, Spurs are just being Spurs. We're interested.
Oh my God. Those names. Oh
no. Arsenal say, Christian, are you Terry in disguise by any chance? No, you'll see the real Terry come Monday, Arsenal Manic. You'll see the real one. I know Christian who he is. Yep. And we've had a banter over the years, me and him. Sterling is a massive gambler, but Arteta knows him. Yeah, it's true. Lone Star is here. 40 million for Ivan Toney, Wolfie saying, and everyone in England just lets him walk away. Sad times, yes. But I suppose it comes down to this, though, Wolfie, innit? I mean, would you want to have that kind of, would you say, emotional baggage, the baggage that he brings along with him, the attitude? I think the closest that was going to sign him at one point was Arsenal, but they didn't like the way the interview went. So how? Plenty of pigs in Bristol.
Let's see. Sorry, fuck that. I was switching to Coca-Cola.
I'll be honest. I think Sterling is finished as a player. Be interesting. Big up to all in the chat, and as well, smash the likes. And if you haven't got the chance to in there, make sure you go over to see Wolfgang Division as well. Give me a little bit of love as well. Nice fella, and does some good stuff as well. So yeah, make sure you give me a little bit of love if you don't mind. Trip saying people underestimating Man City this year will look like absolute fools. Have you all forgotten Gundogan was being considered one of the best players before Rodri took that spot? Yeah, that's and the funny part, you know, this is probably the reason why Pep said they don't need to sign a striker. Interesting question for you, Anthony. Steve's asking, how many games did Ramsdale play last season? 20 minutes till the windows shuts.
Well, he played the games last season. It was against Brentford because Raya wasn't allowed to play him, was he? So I think that's 2. I think all in total, I think he played about 4 games last season, and that's shocking. Because to be honest with you, even if he didn't leave, he was still here. We haven't really sorted out that goalkeeping position. To be honest with you, like Raya had won the Golden Glove, but he had that defense in front of him. Even Ramsdale most probably would have won that Golden Glove with the defense that we had last season.
Yeah, everyone's bigging up Raya, as you said.
Yeah.
Lone Star saying Herbie needs a drink and some counselling. He sounds like he just caught his wife cheating. Just sex for a window that honestly no club is happy with. That's true.
Herbie.
I wish it was. Lonely Star, you know your boy Arteta has let us down. Stop trying to justify the 2 out of 10 window. There they go. Yep. Jared's saying I've got the popcorn ready for Monday. Yeah, it will be quite interesting, this one. And Lone Star saying, Eltel is back. Yeah, Christian saying, I personally don't think Arsenal need a striker at this stage of the project. We've scored a lot of goals last season and came close. Teams are ticking in and it will come. Look at Ireland at City. He changed the whole game.
If you watch how the chance creation is, though, it's that each of those games where you're like, oh, we should have scored one more goal. We should have scored one more goal. We should have scored one more goal. The striker is the guy that scores that one more goal. And you accumulate that across 38 league games. And then that's, even though it's even more goals. Well, there you go. That's how Arsenal should be functioning. Maybe they scored, record amounts of high, record high amounts of goals. Well, maybe it should have been even higher than that.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Because it's those one or two goals in the big chances missed that ultimately is where you didn't pick up the points necessary to win the title.
Yeah. All Saint Andre from Fleminese.
See that?
Well,
I saw that. Is
yeah,
that Peter?
yeah.
Peter Andre?
No. He's a good player.
I know he's a good player. Yeah, I'm just messing. But saying it, look at that. QPR turned it around and beat Luton 2-1.
QPR coming to the Prem again. Hopefully they don't get tied up in a title decider with us and City, and they play City last game of the season.
Imagine that. Jared saying you should get Diesel on there Monday too. As Timothy's hiding from him. That'd be interesting to see what happens on that one, Jared. That will be interesting. People saying I'll be surprised if Terry doesn't back out, as the Wolves will be out forced Monday night. Well, Pepsi, you know what Terry's like. He's got a broad pair of shoulders. He's got a Teflon back. He can take quite a lot of stick. He gets it enough from the family, so I think he's used to all this. I think he would just relish it more than anything else. Tends to be the thing he does. Arsenal women just signed Betty Humpter. Betty Humpter.
Oh, yeah. Your bloody hell, what's it? Her agent is Frank Spencer, isn't it? Betty.
Colin saying, "Oh, here you go. Look, Tony, solid deal is 2-year loan buy option. Nice. Let's see. Look for that coming on the screen." Wolf sign Andre, for 21 million. Peter, yeah. Ramsdale last season played against Newcastle. Remember when the ball went out?
Yeah, it did go out. And against West Ham.
Don't know anything about. Still, interesting if true. Colin Shield was Arsenal Max saying, I reckon Jez has a few choice words right now. Yeah, he's doing well so far, and he's just keeping an eye on him as well. Lone Star, how do you think Newcastle feel about the window? Well, I think we just said it there. It just seems strange that, as Anthony mentioned, and Fuzzy's mentioned, shall I say, I don't know. They're going for these players, but not exactly done anything, have they, really?
No.
Lone Star. Tillis fell off his bike so many times. Monday will be a breeze. It will be, mate. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, Jez will be going potty. Well, Anthony, how does it feel to be the... I mean, Mama just said it there. Look, Newcastle have had a quiet window. I mean, is there any reason, though, Mama? I mean, is Eddie Howe quite happy with what he's got? Or, is it the case that we just can't get the deals across the line? Be interesting to hear your comments on that.
Yeah. If I was in Eddie Howe's shoes, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, you think it'd be a bit more backing on that. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Is the news breaking news? What's this breaking news? What's this coming through here? No, cheer up. Clinton Morrison or not? Crystal Palace fans will be buzzing. Who have they signed? Yeah, Leon is signing there. Second deal done. Eddie Nketiah is a Crystal Palace player.
Yeah.
And the striker has signed the contract. There you go.
No, there's no chance of him coming back to save you from signing Sterling.
We got front now.
And as well,
bring him back.
Sign him back. Buyback clause.
And the good thing about it, Fuzzy, and that I won't have to hear this backing idiot keep mentioning it to come to West Ham now. So that's one good thing as well.
He's going to try and force Sterling to you now. He's going to have to keep saying, "Oh, Sterling, you'll only be here for a season, Tony. You'll only be here for a season. He'll go to West Ham. He'll go to West Ham."
13 minutes to go. 13 minutes. Here we go. We're getting there. Trip saying you all need to do a 5-hour stream to signify the 5-star transfer window Man United have had. Fuzzy, that's down to you, mate. 5-hour stream?
Nah. Nah, we wouldn't do a 5-hour stream to talk about a Man United transfer window. I mean, out of stars, if I were to rate this transfer window, for me, I mean, I'm a bit more cynical with it. I'll probably say about a 3.5 stars transfer window. I think we needed another midfielder to come in after Regate, another left back, just for the sake of then kicking short of the curb, and Malacia technically. But I'll probably go with a third choice centre back just to spite Maguire, and a striker / winger just to keep Anthony benched and Rashford benched. A striker as a third choice because for some reason we obsessed with only 2 strikers when Fergie finished his last season at the club with 4 strikers. He had 4 strikers. Yeah. He had Van Persie, Wayne Rooney, Chicharito Hernandez, and also Danny Welbeck. But he'd play Rooney as a second choice option just behind him. Behind Van Persie, that is. So, yeah.
Someone
thin
saying
squads.
That Raheem Sterling deal was done, apparently. Sorry to interrupt you there, mate. But yeah, apparently they're saying that it's done.
It's all right. I can hear him sniffing.
There's Trip saying Newcastle have the money but just can't spend it. And Mum's backing up saying, yeah, you can't. Yeah, very true. Palace signing kit for Arsenal in the region of 30 million. So what's it, 25 million plus add-ons, isn't it? Something like that. 5-year deal as well.
Yeah, it's 30 million plus a £5 million. So it's a combined 35 million in total.
Is it true you wanted like 120 million, 120,000 pound a week?
Yeah, he was true. That's why that was when he went to Forest. When Forest went in for him for the second time last week, and he wanted 120, and Forest turned around and basically said, "Well, no, you can piss off. You're not worth that."
Stick it up your ass. Lodestar saying, "Woohoo! Arsenal would have went from a 4 to a 6." Trick Vic, I used to like Crystal Palace. 10 minutes till the window shuts, guys. 10 minutes. Chelsea flog Sterling to Arsenal, do the double this season over Arsenal and finish above us. It won't go down well. God, you imagine that. And Keita gone now, only Arteta left.
God,
brilliant. Yay, Eddie's gone. Woohoo! Joanne saying, done deal. Leon signed Zaha on €3 million loan. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah. I mean, we was linked to him at one point. Bloody hell. No, Steve, don't say that. Doubts on Cornet completely moved to Saints. Please get over the line. Mind you, if you look at it there, Steve, they are a bit slow behind the times down in Southampton.
I actually read soon. It's easier. Southampton. Was it Southampton? Yeah. So I heard this is a done deal for Cornet. It came up here about an hour ago. It was a done deal on Sky Sports News.
Raheem Sterling arrives at London Colney training ground to undergo medical.
There you go. It's
David Ornstein bomber. It's a bomber. He's doing an Odin Wingy, except this time the person at the gate's letting him in. He's letting Peter Odin Wingy into the training ground.
Do you remember that one? That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I'm gonna whoever let him in, I'm gonna run him over with my fucking tractor, I'll tell you.
You might have to tie him down, he might walk out the way. See you coming from down the road, it's like, I'm coming. Slowly, I'm coming for you.
Trip saying there with the sale of Eddie, Arsenal might have had a 5-star window. True. They haven't given much away to it. No, they haven't. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. Thought Newcastle would have been, considering last season when you had a lot of injuries, thought they would have backed him a bit more. But hey, we've got to see. 10 minutes to get a striker. Yep. Nick's saying Victor Osimhen's relationship with Napoli is completely broken. He will not even be part of the first team squad if he stays. Source Fabrizio Romano. Wow. That's their way of saying we want you out. Arsenal, mate, the way you announced the Sterling news as if it's a funeral. Blimey, Dave's finally come back on his show. It's only been 45 minutes, but there you go.
Bloody hell.
We get rid of one of bit of shit and get another one. That's Arsenal. Wow. Yeah.
I
As
ain't not Rick.
says, Arsenal are back. They're back.
The Arsenal we all know and love are back.
Yeah. As Revy's saying, Sterling to Arsenal. Here we go. Arsenal, mate. No. We're saying breaking news. Gerard Bowen, Man United bound. Yeah. He's booked in himself in a Premier Inn hotel up that way, Richard, and him and Danny. They're going to have a little time off before they play the City game. Arsenal have to sign Raheem.
They must. Yeah. They must.
They must. Ravi's enjoyed it as well. Look, what a turnaround for Arsenal.
The window has been salvaged. They've signed the English Lionel Messi.
No, I know he is. 8 minutes. Don't want him.
Longest 8 minutes of Anthony's life.
The Herbert household talking about the Raheem Sterling deal. Oh, I don't want that fucking idiot.
No.
Gerald,
it's like when Trump got elected for presidency, and all the people lining the streets just like, no.
It's true. Steve said Gerald's kid brother. Arsenal are back once again, like Renegade Master. Oh yeah, Ravi. When you see the picture of Sterling there, got to do a meme with that tune in the background. That's going to be class. Nick saying Sterling won't be bad for Arsenal. Just what Arsenal fans would have wanted as a top choice.
Someone's comment in response to Sterling's medical for Arsenal. Get well soon, Sterling.
Only joking, Tone. Wanting Man United to score 6 in their window. Lone Star saying, someone keep an eye on Herbie. Lad needs cancelling. Wow, yeah, definitely.
He's going to need all sorts of therapy. But if the results follow, God, I'll tell you what, the run of games that I'm looking forward to, I think it's the Tottenham away, then PSG at home, and then Man City away. Oh, what a lovely schedule to return back from international break.
Imagine it, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Sweet words. Revy, it's got to be done, mate. It's got to be done. You know, make sure of that. Trip saying everything is back to normal, being normal. For a second, I thought Arsenal might have signed decent players. Welcome back, Exponential. At work, what have I missed? Well, if you look at it, we're still waiting for Solid to be over the line. It looks like it's virtually done. Arsenal are virtually close to signing Raheem Sterling. So that's going to be the deal of the century by all accounts. And yeah, Agate's gone to Man United.
Sancho's off to Chelsea.
Sancho off to Chelsea. Hopefully the Cornet one seems to be done and dusted. Nothing being mentioned about Agurd, so it looks like he's probably going to still be with us. So that could be the player, I'm assuming.
Which club was it that Fu King no one was signing for again?
That was Arsenal. Nick saying, can Arsenal take Cornet? Well,
Corneto.
We've got 4 minutes until the window finishes, so hopefully we'll see from there. Thanks for the update, sir. You're most welcome on that, and hope you're not working too hard out there.
Yeah, Forest is just like Morato from Benfica.
From Benfica, yeah.
Million.
50?
15.
15, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Forest doing bits as well.
Yeah, they're doing some business, aren't they? Well, they want to stay in, didn't they, this time? That's for sure.
Yeah.
Lone Stars are saying Napoli are in for a fright trying to understand Scottish. Oh, man. Arsenal Medic saying signing a Finnish player like Sterling in Martinelli's and Trossard's position must be a slap in the face to him.
You can see it now. It's written in the stars. Do you know what? He won't be against Brighton. Then we got the international. He would play on that left against Tottenham in the North London derby. You mark my words.
Yeah, that's true. You can see it there. Chelsea. What a great club. Cornet of Saints is not done and dusted. Yeah, let's hope, we've just got to hope that gets over the line as well. Rich, I ain't needing counselling since 1988 when he chose Arsenal as his team for the future. Remy says, so, that's an interesting one. Here's one for you, Anthony. So who gets dropped for Sterling to start?
It's Martinelli. It's Martinelli, and then it's like what I said. He guarantee you he'd be in that North London derby. But listen, if he plays well and scores, all right, we're disappointed in this. But you don't know. It's like what somebody else put in the comments earlier tonight. He's going back with Mikel Arteta, and if Mikel Arteta can get the best out of him, then it could be. It's a 50-50 team. He's either going to be a disaster or it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, how would you feel if it was
that.
West Ham? If Sterling went to West Ham on that, you had Somerville and Sterling on that left, like a good back. Would you be happy with that tune or?
No, I think if you look at it, most people are going to say, "Yeah, this is why are we getting a play like that when we've got these two youngsters coming in who's going to wrap up trees compared to what Sterling does." You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Yeah.
A minute and a half to go before the window shuts. Joe's saying the cats were watching the show, but they fell asleep when they heard about Sterling. Scotty's going to get humbled so fast. His head is going to spin. Yeah, I just seen that one, Fuzzy. That's an interesting one. Yeah, Lone Star's put it in there, hasn't he? Chelsea channels are probably rinsing over this. Yeah, absolutely. And second in the door for Arsenal, Ted fucking Titmarsh.
Ted Titmarsh.
Everton's old gate going alone to West Brom. Imagine being an Everton fan right now. Oh, man. They can't buy a win for love nor money at the moment.
Oh, no. It gets worse. Gets worse, Arsenal fans. Reece Nelson and Armando Broja to Ipswich Town. Both deals are off.
Oh, no.
Fabrizio bomb.
Oh, wow. I thought Anthony was born in the 60s.
The Saka backup that never really plays and his 100k a week contract is still there. It gets worse. It just gets worse. Edu masterclass, though, guys. Man, that guy needs to be fucking sacked. Sack him tonight. Absolute bumperclot.
Wow. I'm glad Martinelli's existing dance didn't work.
It put off fucking Reece Nelson to Ipswich. You're like, shit, were you signing a player from that club? No shot. You can stay away. Oh, no.
Oh, God, I've just seen a picture of Reece Sterling in the Leopard Arsenal shirt.
That's it. Done.
Oh, no.
Window closed. There we are. Job done.
Yeah, so window is now closed, guys. Yeah, window is closed. Nottingham Forest have signed Morata for around 15 million euros for Benfica 5-year contract. So a good deal for them. Yeah, Reece Nelson Ipswich off. Wow. Oh, some Big Ben, as they're saying there. Lone Star, Fuzz, United are a shambles. Get your own house in order. Maguire-like behaviour. The transfer window is now shut in the Premier League and Serie A. And Matt's saying, according to Adama Chef, Nelson is going to Fulham, not Ipswich. Wow. Oh, yeah. Did you mention that? Kind of going reunited with Smith Rowe. Arsenal Manic no longer will Finnish players have to choose between a move to the States, Turkey, Dubai, or Saudi. Open all hours at Arsenal.
Okay, never mind. And Reece Nelson's going to Fulham then.
Imagine that. Richard's saying, I've got to say, I thought it was a better window after a Euro competition in the summer. Yeah, we all thought that as well. Trips asking, have they signed Sterling or not? I think it's probably just getting the paperwork across the line, Trip. I think that's the thing that's been holding it up is the contracts with the lawyers. So I think we'll still see it. Nick saying, Anthony, come on. Sterling's boyhood dream was to play for Arsenal. It's always been his dream.
Well, the dreams can be shattered, and obviously they haven't this time. We was hoping it would be, but no.
Be excited, guys. Said
I mean, we
Josh
talk about
Gronke.
Tottenham being quiet in this window. You know, the last day of the window. So was Aston Villa, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, they've done their business early as well, didn't they? Really,
Yeah.
Aston Villa. Steve's asking what happened about Zuma, by the way, and Nick's saying Saudi window open later than ours. You can still go to Saudi, so it's still going to be going on. Be excited, Gooners. We are signing Sterling. Saudi window doesn't close for a few days, so plenty of time to get done, Steve. Yeah, Jamal Press and Nottingham Forest loan done. Yep.
Good signing for them.
Yeah. Yeah, for thanks, guys, for hanging around. And it's been an interesting window, and the comments in the chat have been brilliant. You know, we can't fault that side of things as always. Great to have you guys with us. Just to let you know what's coming up on the channel, like I said, tomorrow I am going to do the watch along for the West Ham Man City game, and then following on from that, as you know, on a Sunday evening we've got the Sunday night takeaway show. Then on Monday I'm doing my spotlight with young Terence, aka the Mikel In man. That's at 8 o'clock, so that should be an interesting one. People are going to be firing things left, right, and centre with him. And then, of course, it's back to Wednesday night with the good, the bad, and the ugly, episode 8. What we've got here. So, Raheem, the Dream Sterling. Come on, what solid done news? Absolutely want to see that. Yeah. Yeah, Nottingham Forest have signed James Ward-Prowse on loan, so that's gone through, basically. Done deal. Real Betis signed Lo Celso for $3.5 million. Well, bloody hell. So they've done something. Cheers, Mama. Thanks for that. And thanks for being with us as always. Well done, guys. Can still be announced. Don't worry, this is true. Great effort, man. Thank you very much, Lone Star. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
See you on Sunday, people. And you as well, Steve. Look forward to seeing you in there as well. Hope so, Nick. Hopefully, we get through there. And Fuzzy, what are you doing over the next couple of days? You got anything coming up?
Well, doing my match preview for the Liverpool game tomorrow. A match reaction on the Sunday. Probably try and squeeze that in. Actually, probably won't be able to squeeze it in before Sunday night takeaway. I'll probably have to do it on the Monday, either on the Monday or after Sunday night takeaway show. I'll have to see what my hours are looking like. But yeah, after that, then I think the only thing really planned will be then the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, episode 8. After that, yes. On the Wednesday, maybe something on the Tuesday. Probably, I don't know. Something might happen on Tuesday. We'll have to see.
Trip saying football bingo, and then he went, wait, this isn't Lee Gunner's channel, is it?
Yeah.
Enjoy your fuck rugs, guys, as always. Yeah. And Steve saying, according to X, Nelson's agents tried to get West Ham to take him 2 hours ago. Wow.
Leganes have completed the deal to sign Sebastian Haller from Borussia Dortmund.
Wow.
Damn. Mental stuff. But yeah, I think
Arsenal saying, Anthony, we warned the Super Reds several seasons ago about Vieira and Nketiah holding Nelson. We go berated. What do they have to say now? The club has finally conceded. We correct.
Yeah, we are Arsenal manic. And you look at that, the talent of what we had back then compared to the talent we've got now. And that includes this window as well.
Just to note as well, with the big attitudes and personalities type thing, right? Teta signed Sterling. Didn't he try to get rid of players with that sort of attitude, like the Aubameyangs, Lacazettes, and Nicola Pepe's?
There we go, Fuzzy.
Edu's coming out. It's like, don't worry, Arteta, you can handle Sterling, right? Well, history shows previously that they don't necessarily stay on the same page. But we'll have to see. He used to play. He used to be with Sterling and coaching him as an assistant manager in a coaching setup run by Pep Guardiola. How does he handle Sterling when he's the manager, though? That's it's going to be interesting, the dynamic.
That's going to be different. Yeah, absolutely. That'll be. We'll see. Once it gets announced, we'll see if he'll feature. That'll be the first interesting point, and then, as you said, see that dynamic afterwards. Yeah, interesting one. This Lone Star, isn't it? Luton have only 1 point in 4 games.
Staying down there, I think.
It looks like it. Yeah, I thought they would have come back up, but yeah, of all the teams. Colin saying Saudi window closing Monday, so there's things still can be done. Nick saying Arsenal to finish 10th. Steve saying a good gone to Sociedad on loan. Oh, so he's gone. That's another one out of the way with. That's good business in that respects. Hopefully it's good for him as well. Lagan signed Haller from Borussia Dortmund on loan. See another one we missed the trick on. Transfer window.
Sociedad complete.
Oh,
Naif Aguerd deal from West Ham.
We'll see. Pepsi saying transfer window ends. Me jumping out a window begins. Oh, please not, mate. we enjoy you on here too much, mate. We can't have you. We can't lose you.
He won't jump out a window, so you'll start drinking Coca-Colas.
Don Edu wants the mandem, and he got the mandem. Big up, Trip. Big up on that comment. I think you might need a pop filter fuzz. If the prize of a transfer window, West Ham smashed us. Tony, what's your top 3 clubs who've had the best window? So in this one, we're in there. Aston Villa, and I would say Man United in that, but I'm actually going to say Brighton in certain respects. Man United are very close to that between the two of them. I think say Brighton might be this, the surprise package. As much as Aston Villa spent a lot of money as well, I think we'll see more from that. Ravi's saying Reece Nelson going to Fulham instead. Yeah, that's a Fulham again. That's a strange one, jumping in and buying people. Lone Star, for the money Arsenal got for Nketiah and Ramsdale today, Arsenal could have almost paid for Oshunam. Let that one sink in, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. No, he's right. He's absolutely right. That the son of Eddie Nketiah, and obviously, with Rams, he's got it there in Ramsdale. Yeah, I mean that's what 35 and 25. Do you know what I mean? So it's a no-brainer, really. You're talking what 60 million quid?
Yeah. Yeah, just saying up there, Victor Osimhen not expected to join Chelsea.
Yeah.
And
it's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's as you said. I think the money more than anything else, the player is the one, and it really. I think he's the one that's also kind of put the block on certain things. Edouard loaned to Leicester from Palace. Yeah, that's a strange one as well. Mind you, he hasn't done much, has he, really, to be thankful for that when you think about it.
I still think that's a good signing for Forest, though, that James Ward-Prowse. I really do.
Yeah. It's a mixed reaction from the West Ham fans, I must admit, because when you look at something like that, was he really given a chance, considering how long we've had him? We've not exactly... only not even, it's just virtually the season, wasn't it? We got him in the season before. So when you look at something like that, it's not long at all.
Yeah.
Not long at all. Man City are dark horses, definitely Trip. They're looking strong at the moment. Steve saying West Ham
City, but it's absolutely like when they've shot, they've not missed.
No.
Savio, bang on with the signing. Gundogan, for what it is, for what it's worth, bang on with the signing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, what's it, SpongeBob? He's crooked at the moment, but it don't matter. Yeah. West Ham are 4th or 5th for volume of transfers. And Nick saying, I think we will beat City tomorrow. We've got an interesting chance to do something, I must admit, as long as we could be defensively strong. Where can I see my score predictions, by the way? So did you?
I don't think Nick.
Yeah, you're not in it.
in
Was you in it, Nick? Because if you're not in it, then but if you want to be in it, just remember, get yourself in there if you can, and go back for the last couple of weeks. Send them to us, and they'll get them all added in.
I think he was in the predictors, but he wasn't around on the day.
Yeah, Nick, you're being very optimistic. Yeah, just send them in, Nick, and I can get them added on. That's not a problem. Colin, great show, boys. Remember, 2-1 West Ham win. Good night, all. Take care. Colin, good night to yourself as well. And thanks for sticking around with us and some great comments in there. Thanks for that as well, mate. Moyes hung JWP out to dry and left Orsidian most of the time. This is true.
Yes, Pepsi.
Arsenal Manic saying, hit the like button and subscribe, peeps. Not far off from 500. Thank you, Arsenal Manic. Appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Pepsi, he's gone to Coca-Cola.
From smoking Pepsi packs to sniffing Coke lines.
He didn't. What it was, he didn't like your blue Pepsi, wasn't it, Fuzz? Last night on the show.
my blueberry Pepsi Electric. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably will avoid drinking that again.
He thought, fuck this, that's why he went to Coca-Cola.
Makes your tongue go blue, Pepsi.
I know, and your teeth.
So, Nick, I just looked on the actual table. You're sitting 10th for the moment with 20 points. Yes, I've just seen you are in there. That's right, yeah. You're in there. 20 points, sitting 10th.
Get your predictions in before midnight, Nick. Your deadline, your predicted deadline is before midnight. Send your scores in so you can be registered for this weekend's.
I was in it. I did my predictions last week. I said Palace would beat West Ham 3-1. If you remember, yeah, and you got your points for that as well. I've only done 1 week of predictions, so come on, get the other ones in as well, mate. And I'll get them added on. Get them in. You can set it into either on the community page, and I'll get them done. Brilliant, mate. Thank you. Cheers. I'll get them added on. Superb. Lance, I say Man City incoming 25 million, outgoings 152 million. I mean, and that's
including a free transfer with Gundogan. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Spin a profit whilst then strengthening to retain the Premier League title for a 5th season straight.
There you go. 25 million. But look, I mean, obviously you got the question up there. Look at that, what Pep's done. Amazing, isn't it? Let's be honest. Absolutely amazing. And he can win it, which he will win a 5th Premier League title. But without a shadow of a doubt. And there's Arteta is spent 850 million and we can't do nothing.
Just shows you if you've got the old Casio calculator and that you can do the maths. But looking at what you guys use.
There you go.
Man, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is.
Augsburg signed midfielder Frank Onyeka from Brentford on a season-long loan, so there's another one gone.
So, George Colkin, a Newcastle supporter, is commenting on how awful the window's been. And some blokes just replied to that comment saying, well, you're missing a certain gardener. There's a certain gardener you're missing called Dan. Is he not around?
Oh, man.
Yeah, they are missing their gardener. The flowers have become a bit droopy at St. James's Park. There we go. Here we are. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do this. This is... I feel sorry for Anthony, but there you go. There he is in the Arsenal shirt. Here we go. Agreement done from loan move from Chelsea. Final conditions, player wanted to move. Also spoke to Mikel. Agreement done. Documents expected to be okay soon. Look at Sterling in the Arsenal top.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I've just figured out as well. The Sterling Havertz link up shall be glorious. Imagine that front three of Sterling, Havertz, and what's his face, Saka.
Well, I'm putting it out there now, Fuzzy. Mudridge, January incoming. He'd be an Chelsea player. He's easy to go for all these Chelsea players, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Look, low stars, Casio calculator, laugh out loud. What's next? Ink, pot, and pen. That's what I think Edu's using, mate. I think that's what he's using. That's the reason why you're not doing the maths. You know,
Chelsea gonna regret this. Mark my tweet.
Oh wow, really? Lovely. West Ham Goods joins Real Sociedad on loan. Yep. And well done, Steve. Thanks for letting us know that one. Yep. Solar done. Player number 10, Anthony, just to let you know.
It is, yeah. Player number 10.
Solar done. Woohoo! So that's another one out of the way with. Pepsi saying, be even more funny when Sterling scores a hat-trick against United. Oh, man.
Wow. I mean, if Sterling scores a hat-trick against United, Ten Hag could just be sacked at half-time. You'll see, literally, fucking all the board members of Man United standing up and walking down the stairs to the touchline. It's just like, right, yeah, there's your P45, mate. Down the time you go. Rude, you're manager for second half. They could actually do that, by the way. They could legitimately do that. Sack him halfway through the game, kick him out, and because the replacement manager is would be Ruud van Nistelrooy, he's already on the bench. You can take over. You can manage the second half. That could actually happen. Seriously. That would be
That's true.
To be honest, I'll be like, my club's become a bit of a mess again, but at the same time, I'll be like, this is cinema. Actually cinema.
Yeah, Steve. I mean, that's so-called surprise. You know, we're still waiting for the sign. You know, so we'll see, mate. We'll very much see. Lone Star saying, "Oh, Sterling will score against United." And yeah, thanks, Nick. Appreciate that, mate. I'll get them added on. Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen. So, 3 hours 16, and we're still. Yep, there you go. He's come up with the Gerd one. He's gone to West Ham on loan to Real Sociedad. Brilliant. Let's bring on the other ones. Come on there. Still showing this one. Raheem Sterling at Arsenal is very close.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, I'll get them all added on. Brilliant.
Cheers, Nick. Thanks for that. 2-1 to yours.
But yeah, like I said to you, gents, thanks for hanging around. You know, brilliant that you've added your input with this. Big up, great show as always. Thanks, Ravi. Appreciate that. Pepsi, you're the wrong colour. Yeah. Fulham reportedly hijacked the Reece Nelson deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Ipswich must be kind of livid on that one. But hey,
Yeah.
if you don't get in there quickly enough, then that's fair enough.
I'll be honest with you. I think Fulham will do well. I mean, obviously, Reece Nelson out there on the right, Smith Rowe in the middle. That's a good partnership. Good link up there in their midfield.
Yeah.
And they know each other's game well, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would you rather, Reece Nelson and Smith Rowe, or Sterling and Kai Havertz as a duo?
Oh, God.
God, that's actually a tough one to think about, to be fair.
Yeah. I would like to put Smith Rowe in there because I am a Smith Rowe fan. You know, I do rate him. But regarding the other one, I'll say Smith Rowe and Kai Havertz. I know it's totally opposite to what you said, Fuzzy, but you know that's the better link up.
I mean, you could go with Trippier as well. Neither.
Yeah.
Just neither of them.
Neither.
Should have been Pedro Neto and Ivan Toney. There should have been that link up at Arsenal.
Yeah,
there you go.
Gone from Pedro Neto and Ivan Toney to keeping Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lone Star saying, who would you rather have, Mickey Mouse or Maguire?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
And dodgy cancel culture Disney Channel.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Saying Ipswich, though they're 18th, have played extremely well this season so far. I think they'll pick up points and stuff. I think hopefully they'll be the ones that will stay up.
It would be nice to see. 3 teams that get promoted. So at least some of them stay up, rather than the 3 teams straight away getting relegated again.
Like we saw, last season, that's for sure. All right, guys. So we're going to bail out now. So it's 3 minutes and coming up to 3 hours and 20 minutes. Thanks so much for hanging around with us. Nat, we really enjoyed your comments, and as always, my 2 co-hosts, brilliant on being on there. Pepsi's had on the last comment. Wurzel, Herbert, or Maguire?
Wurzel, Herbert.
Definitely, I'll second that. Better defender.
Put some respect on Mickey's name. Way bigger head than Fridge.
It's the ears as well, Trip. It's the ears. He's got bigger ears. The bigger the better.
Nick saying here, Wolves, Palace, and Leicester to go down in his opinion.
No, I've put Wolves is one of them. I reckon it'd be Everton and Southampton.
Yeah, I'm not far from that opinion as well. That's a bit cheer up. It may never happen. Fuzzy nose ball. Yeah, it's true. But thanks, guys, for hanging around. Like I said, we're going to bail out now, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy the weekend. Hope you have a good one. And for Arsenal fans, Fuzzy is kind of finishing after this stream, getting in his articulated lorry with the container load of hot chocolate, and he'll be coming around and to console your sorrows for not signing any players. And going down Leicester, Everton, United. Man United couldn't afford me.
Couldn't afford the medical bills to treat that face.
Not like Everton and Southampton to go down too. Great hanging with you all. Love the chat as always. Appreciate the Trip, and the same with you, mate. We appreciate your comments on there as well. And Trip, before you go, mate, your score predictions. Come on, get them in, mate. You're doing pretty well at that point, so get them in if you can. Good night as well from Pepsi. Generally points deductions, we decided relegation. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, good shout there, Steve. Pepsi, you're glitching, broski. But again, thanks very much. Frag time. And one thing that we haven't said for a while, and if you look at it, me and Fuzzy, we can definitely shower this upon the man down below in that. For the greater good.
For the greater good.
Bollocks.
Good night, all. Take care.